I've seen some of my past and former teammates. I've seen some. Actually, I just had a teammate not too long ago, suicide. Former guys I played with in the NFL, suicide. High school guys, same as you. And sometimes you just got to ask that question, hey, man, you all right?
Right.
You'll see it. And you're so caught up in your own world. And you're so caught up in not wanting to make him feel a certain type of way or not wanting to, like take a shot at his pride. Hey, you know what? I'm to the point now where I've worked this long enough with Sean Jordan. I've seen enough. I've sat on panels with D-Mac, actually sat on the panel this past May, where if I see something now stick, I just got to ask the question, yo, man, you all right? Everything cool? You straight? And there's nothing wrong with that.
Dude, and that literally happened to me the other day with my friend Dante. He came in the studio, and I could just look in his eyes, and I could see that he wasn't himself, right? So I just asked him, like, you all right? And he literally just shook his head and said no. And we just hugged. And sometimes that's all it takes, right? We don't have to get into a huge, elaborate conversation. No. You just got to know that somebody's there for you. Maz, you're here with us today, as always. And,
yes, sir.
Mental health, it's been a part of everybody's life. And I see you over there, like, shaking your head and just kind of visualizing what you've gone through and people that you've known. How important is it for you to be here today, too?
It's very important. First thing I did is I walk around and I say hi to everyone at their tables because everyone's got a different meeting. I went and I got us all these little peace rocks. You can write a little note on it to yourself or whatever. You can give it to some friends. Literally, it's like my brother-in-law did this in Aruba one time. He went and he got all these rocks, and before you know it, he made his own business called Wish Upon a Rock. It's just, you just want to be there for people. I see people constantly. Look, I come from a family of women. So I have more feelings than most men do. So I've been crying since I've been a kid. I'll still cry. I cry at movies. My feelings are out there. You guys know I wear my heart on my sleeve. And I'm going through hard times now. My daughters, I'm putting 2 out of my 3 girls in college. So I'm down to just my little girl here in another 3 weeks.
Empty nest for Maz coming up?
I'm telling you, man, I am very overwhelmed right now. And I am. You knew this day was coming. Yeah. You try to plan for it. And then they're gone, man. And it hurts. It really does because I think the one thing I've been great at in my whole life is being a dad. That's my favorite job.
You got my vote.
It's the only job.
You're the best dad, too.
It's the only job I ever really wanted and the only job I've really, really been good at and not fired from. This is it, man. And now my girls are firing me. They're going to college.
Hold on. Nobody is firing you, sir. This is what happens when you're a great parent. This is what happens when you have a great household. You raise your children to grow up, to want to go to college, and that's where they're able to get in college. They're leaving you because you raised them the right way. Enjoy this time. Be like Mike Lowry, man. Put your feet up at the house and, be butt naked. I don't know. Do something. Have some fun. The kids are gone in a couple of years, man.
Oh, man.
House party at Maz's.
I'm coming.
I still got Maddie. Maddie's got 3 more high school years. So
okay.
I got her. Go. Hey, I'm just saying. Hey, we all got feelings. Yeah. We all got to talk to each other. That's it. No problem is the end of the world. None. 0 problems are the end of the world.
Yeah. Really, just to tell a quick story, too. My dad passed away from cancer about 5 years ago. And, when you're going through that and witnessing your hero just deteriorate before your eyes, like, you go through some mental stuff. And I was going through a lot back then. And I had a friend who, told me, hey, man, you should go talk to somebody. You should go talk to somebody. You're not yourself. And I didn't listen to him. And because I didn't listen to him, I feel like some other things, life played out the way. I've since been divorced because of that. And, one thing leads to another. And once you fall into those mental holes, it's tough to get out of. So I wish I would have listened to my friend and taken him more seriously instead of sitting on my pride and being like, no, dude, I'm fine. Fine. If anybody ever says they're fine, it's a lie.
Hey, remember our boy Sean Belizean? He sat in here. He had the same situation as you did with his father. And he had to watch his dad had cancer for such a long time.
It's brutal.
It's not easy, man. It's the worst.
Yeah.
Life is so great, yet at the end, it's very hard.
There's no glorious way to pass away, unfortunately, and that's just the way it is. But, we're here to celebrate the people that are helping people through those types of journeys, the people that are there, like Sean Jordan, who helps people with their mental awareness and also with substance abuse addiction. So all these things are very important. That's why we're here today to support them, and that's honestly why it's so awesome for SMA to choose us to be a part of them as well, because we have a platform, and it's important to use it to do the right things. And, we're not going to sit here and, just rail everybody with mental health. You're grown people. You could take care of yourself. But if we don't talk about it and we're not afraid to tell those stories, hopefully you're not afraid to tell those stories too. Like, it's okay to be vulnerable, fellas. It is.
Yeah, 100%.
And we're all badasses up here too, by the way. So, like, you can be both. You can be both.
Yeah, no, like I said, I'm up here. We're up here. Just want to have a conversation. I think sometimes people internalize things for way too long. You never address things, and then not addressing those things at least to a year, at least to 2 years, at least to 3 years. And now, like you said, things are suffering all around you because you haven't faced certain issues.
Right.
You haven't faced certain facts, or you haven't faced certain truths. So having a conversation, once again, having somebody that you can reach out to and talk to. That's why we're going to be here, and that's why we're going to tell you this a couple times throughout the show today is it's okay to not be okay. Talk to somebody. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, Sean Jordan's going to be stopping by. Kevin Fisher, the director of NAMI, is going to stop by. We're going to talk to him. Like we said, D-Mac's going to speak on the panel. So lots of stuff going on. Dave Birkett's going to join the show.
Oh, yeah.
Lions are starting training camp. I mean, we got a lot of stuff to be happy about, too.
And depressed.
I would be remiss if I didn't say this to you, my friend.
Oh, boy.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm Sam is there.
Look at him.
He's
beautiful.
I walked through the office today, and everyone's like, "What is going on?" And I'm like, "We're doing a nice event at the Sheraton in Novi. Like, I wanted to be dressed up, but
so handsome.
People are saying I look like Ryan Ermani in the chat. Oh, there we go. Prag just put stick equals Ermani light.
Ryan's never in a shirt looking that smooth, man. I apologize. I apologize, Ryan, but hey, man, this looks real good.
Ryan went through an entire day of work first, Bray.
Hey, man. That's my guy right here. Man.
What do you think I'm doing, man?
Hey, it's school picture day with Sam Day.
No, you know what? This actually isn't the mental health. It's not the NAMI. This is actually a job fair.
Oh, I thought it was the roast of Stick.
Stick, you've just been hired, I heard, by the Sheraton. The Sheraton said get back to him
I am the concierge now.
Yes.
Listen, I don't dress up often. No, it's fine.
Just joking.
Everything's fine, bro.
You're very, very, very cute.
No, thank you, guys. I appreciate that.
I would never say that you look like a manager at Best Buy. I would never say that. It's actually right. It's a Best Buy right here, too, by the way.
I am the head of the Geek Squad.
They're still open.
Oh, they're hanging on by a thread. A thread.
Remember, that was like appointment. That was appointment shopping for me.
Let me tell you like
Best
this.
Buy. I got to go on Best Buy.
Let me tell you like this, Maz. From 2003 to 2010, 2010. So 7 years of my life. Tuesdays were my favorite day. Do you know why Tuesdays were my favorite day?
It was an off day for NFL.
Well, yes, it was an off day, but Tuesday is Best Buy release day. All the videos came out on Tuesdays. All the DVDs came out on Tuesdays. All the CDs. That's how you know I'm over. Taking it back to CDs.
I love it.
All the electronic equipment, everything came out on Tuesday, so it was my favorite day. Speaking of favorites, one of my favorite people just walked in the door, Stick.
Darren McCarty is here. Look to your right, man. There he is.
I love you, Mac.
D-Mac's going to be speaking on the panel today. It's going to be awesome. Sam Flannel is here. Fletch is here as well.
Hey, can I just say something real quick?
Yeah.
Speaking of Mac, I watched Unrivaled again last night because my friend hadn't seen it, and I'm just flabbergasted by watching it again.
You only watch it because you're in it.
Yeah.
Call him out on it,
I did pause it a couple of times.
Pause it for your cameo.
Just a couple of times, anyway. But it was right behind you, obviously. But, man, if you haven't seen Unrivaled, please. Wings and Avalanche, ESPN Plus, get on it.
Yeah, check it out. And how much footage they used from our event at Fifth Avenue was amazing.
You see Stick leading it off.
Yeah, that's right. They used my voice as the first. That's the first thing you hear in that documentary is my voice going check, 1, 2. D-Mac versus Claude Lemieux. Hello.
I think we saw a hand in there somewhere.
Yep, you see my hand making the adjustments on the board. So, yeah, it's really cool.
Kurt David was there. He's here today as well.
Kurt David is here today. He's in a different conference room. They're hosting a bunch of different interviews. So lots of stuff going on at the Sheraton in Novi and lots of stuff starting up in Allen Park. So we're going to discuss that. Coming up next, the Lions training camp is here. But first, tell them about SMA.
Oh, man. First of all, SMA, the sports marketing agency, helps spread awareness about mental health. Look, you know where we are right now. We're at the NAMI's, the National Alliance Mental Illness. Also working hand-in-hand with the Detroit Wayne Integrated Health Network. We're just here to have a conversation. We're okay to tell you it's not okay. Sean Jordan and SMA do an amazing job of giving you the insight, giving you the info. Listen, all of us have been there. All of us have been to a moment where you need a friend. You need somebody to help you. But guess what? SMA.com. TheSportsSMA.com.
Life is full of hard choices. We're here to make one of life's biggest decisions as simple as possible. My name is Christina Gennari, and for over 20 years, I've helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes. We cover all of Metro Detroit and more, from large luxury homes to starter homes. We will work hard to make sure that you get the home of your dreams. So if you're in the market today or even thinking about buying or selling in the future, make the obvious choice. Christina Gennari, the obvious choice in real estate. Visit us at soldchristina.com today.
Fellas, let's be honest. We like things to be easy. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play. And before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
They're right up the road. I am talking to you about Big Frog in Novi. And right now, if you stop by and mention Woodward Sports, they're going to print off a T-shirt strictly for you, and it's absolutely
Special
free.
T-shirt?
Yeah, you just stop into Novi at Big Frog right now and ask for Sean. He's in there, and he will print you off a T-shirt, and it's real awesome. And if you need T-shirts printed off, they do them on the spot. So go to bigfrog.com/Novi right now, or just hit them up 844-4-BIG-FROG. Welcome back to the bottom line right here on the Woodward Sports Network. Thank you to everybody that's listening on the Roar right now, everybody who has downloaded our app, which is free and available in Apple or Google Play stores. And we are joined by the guy who brought us here to the NAMI Conference. His name is Sean Jordan from SMA. Hey, Sean, how you doing today?
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me again. I appreciate you.
Yeah, no, appreciate you letting us be a part of this. So what's your role in all of this today? And we were describing this is a lot bigger than I thought it was. Like every conference room is full with people helping people.
That's right. And to answer your question, the reason that our role, or the sports marketing agency role in being here today, is that we set up a partnership between the NFL Hall of Fame Health and Fund Recovery and the National Alliance on Mental Illness, so NAMI. And we took those two brands and put them together, those two organizations, and put them together, powered by the sports marketing agency, so that we could lend our current and former pro athletes like Braylon over the past 5-6 years, that's been really lending his personal platform to raising awareness for mental illness, or mental health rather, and substance use disorder. And so like Braylon said in the teaser, everybody's been through something at some point, and Braylon has really, I wish I could show you some of the content stick that he's been able to do and impact thousands of people over the past 5-6 years.
Yeah, 5-6 years. I'll lend some of that to you right now. You know what I'm saying? When I first started working with Sean, you know, we started doing these things, and it actually started from an impact luncheon at the NFL Alumni Association. Kind of connected me with Sean, and you know, I went up there and started sharing some information about, you know, former teammates, former guys in the league, former colleagues that played, you know, not using names, but just using stories to kind of get through that and be on those panels. And slowly but surely, I started working with Sean more and more and more. And then working with Stick, I started to feel myself, you know what I'm saying, come to terms with things that I had dealt with, be it depression from retiring from the NFL, be it, you know, after I played ball and now I'm not doing anything, I'm depressed. So that leads to other avenues, that leads to maybe excess and drinking a little more. And so slowly but surely, and stuff start coming out, and then it start coming out of my message, and slowly but surely I can see the people reacting.
It's super powerful.
Yeah, and it's powerful stuff, man. And
yep.
I believe in many ways it helped me. You know, it helped me finally fully cope with being done with football, being done with that life, and moving on to the next life. So I really appreciate you for that. Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
I'm working 5 years with you at SMA. You've been working before, obviously longer than that in the field of mental health, mental illness. What have you seen the difference in the last 5 years or 6 or 7 years as it relates to the conversation now becoming normal?
Well, the first thing that just came to my mind was Simone Biles, right?
Right.
Because you got people out here who are willing to put their careers on hold for their mental health. And I think that when I hear you talk and I hear about your journey with SMA, I'm empowered, and I'm honored to hear that, because everybody comes to us at SMA and says, "Oh, thank you for bringing, Braylon," or today we'll have Andre Rison here, or Dan McCarty who's here. These guys, thank you for bringing them to our event, or thank you for introducing them to our organization. We get a lot of that all the time, and that would connote like a one-way arrow, right? But really, it's quite cyclical. Like one of those recycling arrows,
I know what you're talking about.
because
The
arrow just continually goes. And when you look at these athletes lending their platforms to raising awareness for mental health or substance use disorder, it kind of goes back to their delivery of the message, goes back to them, because they are empowered by just the delivering of the message. So you get guys like Braylon who share stories about other guys in the NFL or at college at U of M who maybe struggled with anything from depression to, I feel like I have overprescribed myself, right?
Yeah.
So like when you get those stories that come out and you go, man, how am I going to make that relatable? Guess what? You already have, just by your showing up.
Right.
And these guys are powerful, man. They have such great platforms and great messages. It's amazing.
So I want to ask you one question, and stick my apologies for taking.
You're all good, man.
For taking over the show. Nowadays, you see, because now the message is becoming more normal. Now that we are destigmatizing mental health, we're destigmatizing addiction and saying that it's a sickness and it's not something that you just do. How do we decipher between individuals that are using mental health the right way, individuals that are actually going to seek help from mental health, they're asking the right questions, versus people that are just using it because it's out there for individuals to use?
Tell me what you mean.
All right, it made sense in my head, but when I was asking, how do you cipher between individuals that are given that as an excuse and that's not necessarily the case? How do you individuals that are using that for work or using for other issues or things like that when they don't necessarily have that, or they're not necessarily taking it serious? That's all.
Yeah, well, I think that happens in every industry, right? But I think that here it is. It may be even less acute, because if you bring it up, then it's probably an issue. Right. So whether it's something that you may be using that, like, for example, if I were to come or go to a school, for example, NAMI has a program called Ending the Silence, with which you'll be a part of.
There you go.
And Ending the Silence goes to all these different schools, or hundreds of schools around the state and around the country, to destigmatize mental health, right?
Right.
And to give people tools to cope with issues around that. I could easily go to any one of those schools or hundreds of schools to get a paycheck, right? We could do that. But somewhere along the way, the message will touch you. Right. So if a person has less than genuine, ideas about the message that they're delivering, I believe over the past decade of doing this, I believe that they will be impacted by their delivery of the message. That's what I was saying before, that, hey, this thing is cyclical. Like, these guys, you can't get away from it. Once you indulge, then it's kind of like a slippery slope. You just end up doing more and more, and really coming up with more anecdotes that you can look back at your own life. I'm sure, Stick, everybody's had times where you're like, hey, man, Stick, I'm too tall. Right? So, like, how do I manage that? I don't know. But so, there are different things that you never know what people struggle with, right? And
it's all over the map, honestly. And just because it wouldn't be an issue to you doesn't mean it's not an issue to them. I think that's a major point that a lot of people miss. Like, to me, you may come up to me and say you're struggling with something. I'm like, well, that's not a big deal. Just overlook that. But to them, that's their world, right? They're sitting in that. They're living in that. Right. I'm not. So it's easy for me to say, get over this, right?
Yeah. Which is a great transition. And SMA has just started a new division called SMA NIL, for name, image, and likeness. And recently we were able to have Dante Moore from Martin Luther King, which Braylon.
Great quarterback.
Great quarterback. We had him on Woodward Sports Network, and we
got a chance to interview him.
You guys got a chance to talk to him, and we're going to bring him back and do a one-on-one with Braylon and Dante and a couple of other kids. But the reason that we started this division is strictly around mental health.
Yeah.
Because we like to meet kids where they are. So I'm 54. Braylon Braylon's a perpetual 21.
I know Sean is talking. Sean don't look a day older than 30.
So we try to meet the kids where they are, and I think having some of the amateur athletes, collegiate guys come and talk to the kids in conjunction with the NAMI platform and ending the silence, I think it becomes a brilliant partnership.
Well, and I think it's smart to get ahead of that, because sometimes when we think about mental struggles and stuff, we only think about like dark things, right? But sometimes being thrown $2 million, and when you've never had that experience in your life, that's a mental adjustment you got to make. And coaching those kids through that, because you see it so many times, even when people just win the lotto, they don't know how to handle winning the lotto. So I think it's really smart for you to get ahead of that. And just want to thank you for inviting us today. D-Max over there, he's getting ready to be on the panel. So anything you ever need for us, just please don't hesitate to ask. You've been a great partner, and thank you so much, Sean.
Yeah, we're thankful for you, too, and we're thankful for your platform. And the message that comes across all the time with Braylon Edwards is amazing and second to none. And we're thankful for the partnership, and we're looking forward to doing more and bigger things, because we've just started.
All right. Well, not only is it essential to be here, but also your fitness is essential too. And that's part of mental health as well. You got to take care of yourself fitness-wise, and that's where Planet Fitness comes in. And just for $10 a month, you can get your very own membership and upgrade to the Black Card. That means you're getting massages, you're getting all types of fun stuff, and you can bring a friend too. And what's better than working out? Working out with a friend. And you can do that at Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Essential.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Krogers, and if you wanna know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You can get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
Three NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Hey, it's Maz for the Folding Warehouse and Hamtramck. Gotta love it. Chris Hutt got his new knee. Make sure you go see him. He invented the great game of football and bowling. 2 ways to play it: $12 unlimited open play or a private lane reservation. 2 hours. You got the lane for yourself and 10 or 12 of your closest friends. Cost you $120, but it's 2 hours, so it's less than $10 per person. Whatever drink you want, they have it. Multiple full bars, over 100 beers, and the $2 mystery beer machine. Bring your own food in, have it delivered. Just get your foal on. And tell them the guys at Woodward Sports sent you. Check them out at foldingwarehouse.com.
Welcome back to the Bottom Line right here on the Woodward Sports Network. And I've been saying the name wrong because I got that thick Midwestern accent. I've been saying NAMI. Or NAMI?
Yeah, it's
NAMI. No, it's NAMI. So it's NAMI.
National Alliance on Mental Illness.
The National Alliance on Mental Illness. And, yeah, that's my Midwestern accent, man. NAMI.
Side note, hey, Maz, I got a chance to do the folding read this past Friday when you were enjoying the wedding. Congratulations to your family on that one. But it was fun, and then it got me to thinking this weekend, I'm just going to run some things down for you, Maz. We did the Woodward Sports folding event, and I think myself and Ryan Armani were the champs in that.
Reigning champs,
We did the NCAA brackets. I think I was second in terms of people that worked at Woodward Sports in that one. That you might have to confirm that. We did the bowling Woodward Sports event. I believe I won that as well.
I wasn't there.
And then, I beat Scotty G.
Okay.
And then we just did the basketball where I held it down for Woodward Sports Network. So I'm not saying that I'm GOAT-like, but I'm saying
I hear you saying.
I might be GOAT-like.
I hear what you're saying.
I'm just saying.
All I know is we got to start a series called Beat Braylon.
Hey,
and if you can beat Braylon, we'll hook it up.
That would be great.
Yeah.
I would love that.
And shout out to everybody who came down to the Monroe Street Midway on Friday and tried to beat Braylon shooting hoops. Braylon protected that $1,000, and it looks like we're going to go back there and do double or nothing. If they beat you next time, they're going to win $2,000.
No, so now I'm going to take it serious. Last time I said 4 is the baseline. We had 3 guys get to that 4. Guy got to the championship. All I needed was 2 to win. So I got 2. Listen, where I'm from, it doesn't matter if you win by an inch or you win by a mile. A W is a W.
Can we talk about the kid that was just making all types of excuses on why he didn't win? Because even after you left, he was like, bro, I got shot in the leg like 3 months ago. That's why my shot wasn't on. He was coming up with every excuse you could ever find on the – oh, it's too hot out. Oh, I was rebounding the basketball. Oh, this. And it was like, no, man, you suck. That's why you didn't win.
So the good thing about that is, I'm from Detroit. I went to King High School, which is right down the street from where we were at the Monroe Street Midway. I hear that all the time. I used to go through individuals like that like it was nothing. Because they think they can just say anything to us because we're Woodward Sports and blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
I was giving it right back to him, and he hated it.
Yeah, don't get it twisted.
That's why he waits
not
till
going to sit there and take it either.
Oh, man, how about the guy almost broke the speaker? I was about to have to put some hands on him.
Well, it's always fun when we're out in public, but, yeah, mind your business. Don't start nothing, won't be nothing. That's all. Dave Birkett, is he on the line?
Not yet, but
Not yet.
I'll let you know when he is.
Well, Dave Birkett, Free Press beat writer, is going to be joining us in a minute. I mean, this is it, man. I feel like this summer has gone by in a blink of an eye, and here we are on the precipice of training camp for the Lions. I'm so excited for this. Corey, I was talking to him this morning. He was in the office. He's like, man, I'm glad I took that little break last week because once this starts, we're going snowball avalanche with all Lions all the time, and it's going to be crazy. Braylon, going into training camp, what are these players' thoughts? Even as a rookie or a veteran, what are you thinking going into training camp?
Well, I was going to talk about why the summer got so fast. Now you got me in the question that I'm actually interested in. I think what you're thinking as a veteran, you're coming in, you want to be better than you were last year. You want to do whatever you did last year. You want to be a little bit better than that. You want to provide the spark for your team. You want to dial in on the little things. I think as you become a veteran, more and more you focus on the little things. How is my route technique? How are my mechanics? Am I dropping my hips at the top of my route? Am I making sure I'm catching the ball over my shoulder? You're going back to the basics. Some of the stuff that you learned in high school, you want to fine point the little things. That's what veterans are thinking when they come into camp. Also thinking about being a leader. As you get up there in age, when you're a veteran, year 2, year 3, year 4, you're starting to become a veteran. You start to become a leader. You got to lead by example. The young guys coming in, you got to make sure they're doing things the right way. You got to show the guys that taught you, you got to give that information back. It's called getting older but giving back. And then the young guys, man, they're just wide. They're green. They want to see the field. They want to have the same success that they did in the collegiate ranks. And in order to do that, you got to listen to the older guys. But at the same time, don't be afraid to go hard.
Right.
Don't be afraid to go steal somebody's job.
We saw that last year with Amon-Ra St. Brown
100%.
In training camp. He got in fights, and it was like, who's this rookie coming in fighting cornerbacks? But come regular season, and 90 catches, no drops, and it's like, okay, I like that dog in you early.
You got to have a dog in you. You got to be who you are. Be who you were when you were in high school, when you were in middle school. What got you to the NFL? What got you to become a draft pick? It's not about being disrespectful. Are you coming to meetings on time? Do you know your routes? Do you know your plays? Do you know your formations? Do you know your defensive concepts? If you know all that and you're doing things the right way, who the hell cares if you go out there and fight and show grit and show anger and show that dog? You got to have that in you, but you got to be respectful.
So that's one thing we're looking for. Who's the rookie that's going to come in and establish himself in training camp? We may get to see a little bit of Jamison Williams in training camp. He's on the PUP list, so he can't play, but he can do things in training camp, so we may see a little bit of that. But we have Dave Birkett joining us, Free Press beat writer. And let's ask Dave. Dave, what are you looking forward to seeing this year with Lions training camp?
Hey, Dave.
What's up? Hey, guys. How are you? Hopefully all is well. Summer's treating you good.
Doing good, man.
Dave Birkett, what is the vantage point right now? I love your vantage points and your POVs. Are we in a vehicle right now? Are we on top of a mountain somewhere? Are we on the Ambassador Bridge? Where are we at right now?
No, this will be boring for you. I'm just sitting in my my little office at home, getting ready to go down to the Tigers game a little bit later on. Sort of the last day of vacation. So the son's a big Fernando Tatis Jr. fan. So yeah, going down.
Is he back?
There later.
No, he's not back yet.
But we bought him some Padres.
But you got Machado, so I mean that's not bad.
They might get Soto. Hang on. Those Padres, they mean business.
All right, enough about the Padres. Let's talk about the Lions.
Honestly, I sort of put together a little list of, I guess, maybe like the 10, most important people in the Lions organization for the team to have success this year. And number one, I put Jared Goff, and that's really what I'll be looking at the start of training camp. And as this, season, preseason progresses, is how he plays, because I think, there's so much tied up in him. The Lions have spent so much on offense. Right now they have the third highest % of money of their cap devoted to offense in the NFL. And that's without having a really elite quarterback, where a lot of that money goes. And so they're doing everything they can to try and help Goff succeed. And, certainly, there's merit to that. It could happen, the way that they're building in terms of putting really good pieces around them. But I think there's maybe some danger too, that you get better, but maybe not good enough. And so you sort of end up in that no man's land. So I think, Jared has a chance this year. It's year 2 in Detroit, with the talent around him, with an offensive coordinator who believes in him a little bit more. I think this is really going to be a make or break year for him.
A lot of questions we can ask Dave Birkett, Detroit Free Press Lions beat writer. But I want to ask you a important question to me. 6 games is what they announced as the over or under, and that was about 2 months ago. And it's circled back around because now a lot of people are betting on the over for the Detroit Lions.
The most bet on.
The most bet on over right now. 6 wins, so obviously 7. Me, I kept them right around that 5 to 7. I'm not sure, so I wouldn't bet on it. But a lot of people are starting to think they can get 7, 8, and even Ryan Armani and others think they can get upwards of 10. Now, I don't believe that. But how real is it that they can hit the over and maybe even put themselves in a position to fight for the NFC
Ryan's
North?
Crazy.
He is, and that's why we love him now. That's why we love him.
I think I'd take the over, but only slightly. I mean, I'm optimistic that they will be a better team this year. But you think about it last year, right? They won 3 games. They lost 3 more on kicks at the very last second of the game. So, maybe this is sort of a 5-6 win team already. I think there's a little bit of upside there, but think about it, right? They didn't do much in free agency. DJ Chark was really the only addition. And then of their top 3 draft picks, 2 of them are hurt to begin training camp here. So how much really can you rely on those guys to make a difference this fall? So I think the Lions are better positioned to have success, and I do think we'll see some of that here in year 2 of Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes. But I'm pumping the brakes on, calling this a playoff team or some of the Ryan Armani type predictions.
There you go, Dave. Hey, Dave, yesterday, great story, and it got me to remember again. Yeah, this is a Hard Knocks year. This is a first for all you guys, all the beat writers. We have our own Corey Woods going down there as well. What are you looking forward to with this, with HBO being down there in your face?
I'm looking to see where the cameras are so I can stay out of view of them. That's really what I'm trying to do. I have, Tom, you probably see me down the road. Sometimes I wear a bucket hat, just kind of what I've always done. Well, the Lions had, when they cleared out the media room because of the pandemic, they had a bag of all of our stuff, and I had lost it for a while. And my son's got this orange one that's like, it's sort of like a, road construction crew vest. And I was like, man, that looks pretty good. Maybe I'll wear that. But then I was thinking, no, that'd be too obvious on Hard Knocks.
Come on, man. We got to see you, Dave. We got to see you.
No, I mean, it'll be interesting to sort of see what they do and say, and sort of behind closed doors, some of the discussions that go on about bubble players and guys on the roster, and maybe hear a little more unvarnished takes on what these guys are, how they view them. Though Dan is pretty good about doing that, publicly. But that's really, for me, I guess the most interesting thing is there's always a nugget or two that you think you're pretty well in tune with what's going on, but there's always a nugget or two that you don't know about some of these players and some of these battles. And I will say this, guys, I think, Dan Campbell made a point at the end of the spring, and this really goes with something that the Dallas Cowboys did last year too. He said that, for guys that are sort of the bubble guys, that are good guys that, they'd like to keep, but they can't, that have done everything right, they will do what's in their power to help them get jobs. And so I think you will see, when it comes to some of the people that emerge as favorites and storylines on Hard Knocks, that will be some of those guys that Dan Campbell and those guys will talk glowingly about to make sure that they can help them get a job somewhere in the NFL if it's not back with the Lions.
Don't click off on us. Stay with us, Dave.
No, that was my fault.
Maz is getting another call. We're joined by Dave Birkett from the Free Press, beat writer. Dave, can you stick around for 1 minute while we take a break and come back? Because we got a lot more questions to ask you about Lions training camp. But first, let me tell you about Les Stanford. We are going to be broadcasting there on a Wednesday. The Bottom Line will be there from 2 to 4. So if you want to come out and check out that brand new vet, I'm sure they're going to have that on deck. Plus, if you're looking for a new lease, they are the Lease Kings. You can drop off your car, get a brand new one, and walk out the door happy at Les Stanford. So make sure you come visit this Wednesday. Ryan Armani will be there. He'll be wearing his tie just like I am today. And maybe, do I look like a used car salesman today, Brian?
Yeah. No. I wouldn't go that far.
Okay.
I wouldn't go that far.
I could sell you a car at Les Stanford, though. So come out this Wednesday. We'll see you there with the Bottom Line.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
New to the game or a season better? OddsTrader.com has everything you need to make the right bet ahead of kickoff. Begin your handicapping journey with OddsTrader. Improve your edge by finding the best price on every game from sportsbooks in your backyard. Take advantage of the numerous sign-up bonus offers to pad your bankroll. Dive into key game statistics, player performance, and even account for the projected game day weather. Best of all, you can use the OddsTrader Bet Tracker to keep a log of your action. Welcome to OddsTrader, and best of luck.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
We are live right now at the Sheraton in Novi. And you know what? This big, beautiful building was built, and I bet you they used Alta because uptime matters. You're able to get all your construction needs done. You got big projects, you got small projects. Make sure you contact Alta. It's 844-GO-TO-ALTA. That's 844-GO-TO-ALTA. Call them today, and uptime matters with Alta.
Alta.
Welcome back to the Bottom Line right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Stick, filling in for Ryan Armani today. Braylon Edwards is here. Maz is here. Flannel Sam is here. And Fletch. Joey's here. D-Mac's here. Andre Risen's here.
Check that out. Michigan State legend. Actually one of the most underrated wide receivers in NFL history. Look at stats up. Look at his gameplay up. No matter if he was with the Browns, no matter if he was with the Chiefs, the boy was bad.
Yeah, bad man right there. And we have Dave Birkett, Free Press Lions beat writer, joining us.
He's a bad man, too.
Oh, the baddest. Yeah. The baddest. And Dave, obviously there's a lot to talk about. You know, I know Braylon wants to talk about Jared Goff. Really, going into this, we don't have a quarterback battle going on. Is there any position you are looking forward to seeing the battle of who's going to be the starter?
Yeah, I don't think there's really much of a battle going on offense, for that matter. I think all those spots are pretty set. You know, I do think there's some things to be determined on defense. Look, we don't know exactly where Jeff Okudah is in his rehab and how he'll look when he gets back on the field. So, cornerback is certainly one to watch, whether it's Okudah or Mike Hughes, or sort of who wins that starting job if Jeff isn't ready. You know, opposite Amani Oruwariye. So that's certainly one of them. You know, I think the linebacking core is another one, just because there's, you know, we all expect Alex Anzalone will start. He's been a favorite of this coaching staff, since they signed him. But I think there are some roles that are, you know, to be determined and up for grabs with some of the young guys. So I think there's some things to figure out defensively, and those certainly will be things to watch here the first few weeks of training camp.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested, Dave, in seeing the defensive back room right now. You know, Amani Oruwariye, what he was able to do last year is taking up a leadership role and actually developing to a nice DB. I'm excited to see what Okudah is going to be, because if he can be good, he can essentially be like another first-round draft pick that they got this year. But I want to ask about Jared Goff. I want to stay in the realm of Jared Goff. Last year, we complained that he wasn't good enough of a quarterback. Then once he started to play kind of decent, we complained that he didn't have weapons to throw the ball to. Then we complained that Frank Ragnow wasn't playing as well. Now that he seems to have the weapons, DJ Chark, Jameson Williams after a certain amount of period, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Khalif Raymond, Josh Reynolds, and in the backfield, you look at what they have in the backfield. They have a healthy DeAndre Swift and Jamal Williams. What will it take for Jared Goff to be the bona fide starter to extend him after this season?
Man, well, he's got 2 years left after this season, so the Lions, I guess, technically have a little bit more wiggle room if they want, but I think they really need to be in a position to make a decision after this year. So I'm right with you there. That look, if he, I think you have to challenge for a playoff spot if you're Goff to sort of earn the trust to get an extension or get another year at least to prove yourself. If not, if you fall short of that and you're the Lions, I think you have to look at all those available options with the rookies that are coming out, anything that might be available in sort of the veteran trade market. Look, for Jared, the Lions have – I don't think anyone in the organization expects him to be a Patrick Mahomes, a Joe Burrow, a Josh Allen, that type. So it's not about, like, putting up those type of numbers, but it's just about limiting the turnovers and taking some of those shots downfield when they're there and – sort of trusting yourself and your weapons and being able to make some of those plays, especially in crunch time. And the thing that I thought really hurt him early last season was just a lack of willingness to frankly try some of those plays. And I realized the hand that he was dealt with some of the lack of weapons that he had at the receiver position. But going forward, especially with some of the speed that he has on the outside now, I think I would like to see him be willing to take some more of those shots and therefore have the offense produce more of those big plays.
Yeah, I actually appreciate that because I was actually looking for a stat line along the lines of, hey, go 4,400 and, 28 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. But what you gave me was much more in-depth, much more detailed. I actually agree with you. You challenge for that playoff spot. That shows that you're there. That shows that you can get the job done. If the guys on defense, they get more experience. And then obviously having the weapons and limiting the turnovers and being a guy that's willing to take the shot down the field, try some of those things he didn't. So I appreciate that, and I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, Braylon, I think the defense, everyone realizes, still a little bit of a work in progress, right? I mean, it's very young. They invested a lot in it last year and this year. And so you sort of expect some growing pains there. But, as I said off the top, right, the Lions have more money invested in their offense than all but I think it's the Arizona Cardinals and Washington maybe are the two teams that have more money spent on their offense. So you really need to see some payoff for that. And it's tough if the Lions are a playoff caliber team. It's going to be tough for the organization to go away from Jared Goff this offseason.
Hey, Dave, before I get on the defense, I wanted us to hit you up on – I always hit you up on the backup quarterback situation. If Goff does go down, I mean, why are they playing the hand that they have right now? Is Tim Boyle that guy? I mean, I don't know. I've asked you this 100 times, and I have my view is they didn't want to bring anybody in because – they don't want anybody yelling for the backup quarterback to come in. That's my opinion.
I don't know if it's that. I mean, look, they weren't going to spend the money on a Baker Mayfield, right? Like Baker was going to be better than anybody.
Thank God.
$5 million.
Thank God.
$5 million? That's nothing.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Plus
you're right.
a headache.
At the end of the day, the way the thing worked out, but there's an opportunity maybe for that down the line, right? If Jared Goff doesn't work, all of a sudden you are looking for a different solution there. Look, I and we've probably talked about this, Maz, before, because I know we have talked about the backup situation before. I mean, look, if you're not winning with Jared Goff, is whoever your backup is he really going to lead you to that much more success? Like, I just don't know that there were that the upgrade at the backup quarterback position for where this team is, mattered a whole heck of a lot. Right. Like, to me, it matters if you're the Chiefs and you lose Patrick Mahomes for 3 weeks in that tough AFC West. And, it matters if you're the Bengals and you're fighting for AFC supremacy. But I don't know that it matters a whole lot for the Lions. And so when it comes down to allocating the money that you need to build a team and at different positions, like, I'd rather have it in, spend a little bit more on that number 4 receiver because you have some injury concerns there and that guy's going to have to play a little bit, or make sure you have a really good 3rd or 4th linebacker that, you're going to have to rely on at some point. So backup quarterback is important to me, but I think the drop off between, the top 5 quarterbacks in the game to the, whatever that next tier is to that 3rd and 4th tier is so significant that I just don't know that it's wise for the Lions to spend the money there.
I hear you, man. All right, go on to defense. Pro Football Focus put something out. I caught it yesterday. They tried to rank the second-year players coming back, and their top 10 second-year players coming back, and they got Alim McNeill in there at number 10. What are you expecting out of Alim McNeill?
I mean, that's high praise, to say he's going to be in the top 10. I don't know if I'd quite put him up there, but I know the Lions are excited about what he can be. They changed their defense around a little bit this season. We all know that, right? A little bit more of an even man front. And, I think the common thought on Alim when he was drafted was that he was just going to be this run stuff for this nose tackle. That was sort of going to be his role. And it remains to be seen, if he can be more than that. But, the Lions are optimistic, at least, that he has, maybe a little bit more interior rush ability than people thought. And so, I thought Alim played some of his best football at the end of last season. Mm-hmm. He had a couple really good games there. And so, I think it's reasonable to think that with Aiden Hutchinson on one side and Charles Harris, and maybe when Romeo Okwara gets back, that those guys are attracting enough of the attention that, Alim can get some matchups that he can win inside. And he's a strong dude, and he's going to be good against the run. And so anything they get from him in the pass rush is sort of a bonus.
Supposedly he's eating better. He's leaner. We'll see how it goes. Yeah.
Yeah, we're joined by Dave Birkett from the Free Press talking about the Lions. And, we could talk about the players and stuff all day. The coaching staff and the culture is something that I want to touch on. And I actually went golfing with somebody who works for the Lions and handles some things for them. I'm not going to drop his name, but he was talking about when Matt Patricia and that regime was here, just how poorly they treated beat writers and everybody reporting on the team, like to the point of putting you guys behind the goalpost. So when the kicker's warming up, the ball's going in and hitting you guys and stuff like that. This coaching staff seems to be a lot more friendly, seems to be a lot more open. Do you feel that as a reporter going into your second year with them?
We used to joke with Matt Prater that he was like aiming for my buddy Mike Rothstein, right? Like, was there money on it? Somebody paying you to try to hit him?
That's why he went to Atlanta.
So that's true. That story's true then.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's certainly there was like a media perch, and it was behind one of the goalposts, and I don't think their intent by any means was,
that's not what I'm hearing. That was strategic.
Was designed, specifically for us, but I don't know that Matt Patricia, really held the media in that high regard either. Look, whatever. It's all, part of it. I mean, there's no secret that, Matt didn't have great relationships with a lot of the people in the city, and that goes from, whether it was the players to the media to others in the organization. So, I think a little bit the opposite with Dan, right? He's a very relatable guy, and that's the people in the organization. That's to the general fan in the city. I think, in the media, we certainly appreciate some of the openness that he's dealt with when it comes to, or he's had when it comes to answering some of our, questions that, in all honesty, really don't matter. I mean, we're not, asking about X's and O's, but some of the little things that go on behind the scenes that he's willing to share some details on. I think that helps us do our job and tell stories that the fans want to read. Yep. So, whether that has an appreciable impact on what happens on the field, I guess we'll see. But I do think, part of the reason there is optimism right now is because of, Matt, because of Dan and the way that, he handled things last year as opposed to what we saw from Matt and that regime.
Well, thank you, Dave Birkett, for joining us today. And, man, get one more night's of sleep because the marathon's about to start this week, and I know you know all about that grind. So looking forward to seeing your coverage and everything on the Detroit Lions this season.
Yeah, sounds good, guys. Next time you're in Novi, it's right down the street for me, so maybe we'll do it in person next time.
That'd be great.
Come on by, buddy.
I'm planning on hitting the pool here at the Sheraton after this, man. I'll tell you that much.
Have a good time tonight, Dave. Bring home a win.
Guys. Yeah, we'll see you.
Thank you, Dave. And Lions are going to be looking good, and you want to make sure you look good? There's one place for you to go. That is Lady Jane's. And right now, you can get that award-winning haircut experience, plus register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win the car of your dreams from Les Stanford, where we are going to be this Wednesday. So make sure you go to Lady Jane's, sit down, get treated like a king, and potentially win that new car. Make sure you let them know Woodward Sports sent you. Lady Jane's. It's wicked awesome.
Wicked awesome.
Wicked. It took exploring 50 different formulas and hosting countless taste tests, but we believe Gypsy Vodka is the smoothest vodka on the market. Don't believe us? Ask the owners.
We're Mike and Adam Kazanowski with High Five Spirits Distillery. We're in close to about 1,200 locations throughout Michigan. We wanted to create a brand that was geared more towards freedom, love, adventure, and at the end of the day, we really wanted to tell a story that inspired other people to take risks, follow their dreams, whatever that might be.
Hey, this is Mr. Kearney. Chief Academic Officer, Academy of Warren. I want to welcome you to the brand new field house. The state-of-the-art facility has a regulation basketball court, volleyball court, soccer field. It can be used for 7-on-7 football. Our K-8 academic features AM, PM, latchkey, small classroom sizes, Learning Street, futuristic media center, free breakfast and lunch, Houghton Mifflin curriculum, academic games, K-8 athletics, and more. Enroll today at academywarren.net.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
Trader.com is the #1 site for your game day bets, play-by-play updates, live score, and the best price on every game for multiple sports books. That's right. It's the best bet to bet on players. Comparable rates. It's all the sports book that you like, all the bets that you like, all the players, all the teams. The best place to do it, the only place to do it, is OddsTrader.com.
OddsTrader.
Look at Joey's getting on Andre Risen's Snapchat right now. He's live right now.
What
up to
though?
Andre Rison? I mean, is this allowed to happen?
What's up? Hey, I'm telling you like this, one of the baddest dudes to ever lace him up the wide receiver position. My man, Andre Rison, underrated as hell.
Bad Moon Rison.
Is this possible? The best wide receiver in Michigan and the best wide receiver at Michigan State history together?
I'm just saying. Hey, man. Hey, we can get along after it's all over.
Yeah, Joey, throw him that mic. Have him stand back here if he wants. We can talk. I'll never not
He
talk
can sit right here on my seat.
in your lap. Like Santa Mez.
I'm all here, baby.
I'm all here,
He's
baby.
booling over there. He ain't sitting by his
He's
lap.
over there killing his social media, but Andre Risen's here. Once again, we are live at the NAMI, National Alliance of Mental...
NAMI.
NAMI. Why do I keep saying NAMI? I don't know.
NAMI. It's NAMI. We heard
NAMI. The National Alliance
Like
on
tsunami.
Mental Illness.
There you go. Tsunami.
I even wrote it down here, too. I put NAH just to give myself the nah part of it. Yeah. NAMI.
Yeah.
But either way, we're out here in Novi at the Sheraton. They're doing a great thing today. All the ballrooms are full. They're talking about mental health. They're talking about drug addiction. They're talking about just everything that can really weigh you down as a human being, and they're doing a great panel. D-Mac's going to talk on it in a few minutes right to the right of us. So really important stuff going on in Novi at the Sheraton today. Thank you guys for being a part of it. And if you have mental health issues, the SMA is here. The Sports Marketing Agency is here to help you. NAMI is here to help you, and anybody, just reach out and talk to somebody, even if it's not these guys. Just get yourself some help because we need you. The world needs you.
And that's one thing about it, sometimes you don't know that you have mental health issues, but you notice something isn't right. You notice something is a little bit off. You notice you get a little angry over certain things. You notice you shut down at certain things. You know certain things trigger you to do other things. Those are the things in the conversation that we're having about to get you information. And maybe it's not you. Maybe it's a friend that you know. But we're here to have the conversation because these places can be very dark when you're alone.
Yeah. That's what we're doing out here today. We're doing the show live. We're on the road, and once again, we're going to be on the road again on Wednesday at Les Stanford.
I missed the studio.
Yeah, the nice studio. But no, this is beautiful today. They had food for us. They had coffee. They had tea. They had cannolis. Maz, they had cannolis.
Cannoli.
Hey.
Leave the gun. Take the cannolis.
There you go.
You already know what the favorite thing is for me. It's the air conditioning. I am a sucker for some AC.
Hey, tomorrow we have a special. All I got to tell you is,
don't give it away.
Make sure you tune in tomorrow on the bottom line. You will not regret. I have 2 special guests coming in. That's all I got to say.
All right. Look, you've been teasing these guests, too, and not telling anybody at the studio.
Only people that know are me, Maz, and Ryan, I believe.
I don't like that. I don't like it. Yeah, your producer needs to know so he can make some nameplates and stuff. So let's talk about the Lions. You kind of breezed over this question, and I thought this was really cool. The graphic got brought up, and Trevor Lawrence was on top of this graphic. The PFF put out the top breakout second-year player list, and Alim McNeill is sitting there at number 10. Rashad Bateman's up there as well, J.C. Horn, Elijah Moore, Christian Barmore. And he's the only Lion that made this list. Why do you think Amon-Ra's not on here? Because he already broke out?
He broke out last year.
Okay.
When you grade out at 92% in your rookie year, when you have 94 catches, over just under 1,000 yards or just over 1,000 yards, you've broken out of that shell. And that's what I talk about, guys. Like once you're done year one, and sometimes even in year one, and I hope that applies to Aiden Hutchinson this season, you can be a leader. You can lead by example. I think last year he broke out and he became one of those leaders. I expect him to be a guy that's helping lead in that room with DJ Shark as well as I can't think of his name right now, is Josh Reynolds. Josh Reynolds that came over from the Rams last season. But I want to get back into Alim McNeill, and we can talk about that list too, but let's stick with the Lions right now. And Birkett said something that I agree with, and I wrote it down in my notes before we even got to it. I was extremely surprised, or actually pleased, with how he played consistently all year. Like, he was consistent from day one to the end of the season, and then he got better in the second half of the season, especially in the month of December. So I definitely could see why they put him on as a breakout player. You put him right in the middle of Charles Harris is right there, Romeo Cruz when he comes back, like Birkett said, and then Aiden Hutchinson coming off that left side. So I think this can be a year he takes a major jump as one of those defensive tackles, those nose tackles, a guy that you point at, kind of like Vitae down there in Tampa.
Well, I'm actually just kind of happy that one of the Lions' second-year defensemen is on this list, because our defense, that's what we need help with, right? Yeah. And if one of these guys can turn into, I'm not saying he's going to be over the top like Amon-Ra St. Brown, but if he could turn into a serviceable player and he is there putting in the work every single week and we can rely on that, that's one piece of the defense we don't have to worry about. And I think we're to the point where we feel pretty confident about the offense. The offense is set, right. Like Dave Birkett said. There's really no position battles going on the offensive side of the ball. On the defense, though, it's all up in the air. Like we know very few starters of the 11 that are going to be on the defensive side of the ball. So if Alim McNeill could come out this year and prove that he is going to be a mainstay, that is a huge win for the Lions.
Yeah, 100%. You look at that offense. And when we say offense, everybody's like, oh, well, they didn't prove anything last year. The players as individuals are proven. You look at Penei Sewell last year. You look at Taylor Decker before last season. You look at what Frank Ragnow, why he's the highest paid center in the league. You look at DJ Chark 2 years ago, made the Pro Bowl. You look at TJ Hockenson, he's already made the Pro Bowl 2 years ago. And when he got him the ball, when they weren't able to double team him or triple team him in the slot, he made plays last year. So a lot of that offense has already proven themselves. Amon-Ra St. Brown's the guy that proved himself last year. Josh Reynolds proved himself once he got there. So the offense is proven as individuals. Now they got to put it together. Now they got to do it together. But you're looking at that defense, man. You saw some glimpses last year. You saw some players, Amani Oruwariye, the leadership role he took last year, the way in which he played last year, the attitude, the physicality as a DB. Penn State guys, man, I've always been high on Penn State guys in the NFL. He took a major step. Now we got to get the rest of the defense to do that. Charles Harris had his best season last year. So they're going in the right direction. Now we just kind of got to pull it together and break out a little further.
Hey, all their money, you heard Dave, all their money, and we had a stat on this a couple weeks ago. They are spending the most money in the whole NFL on their offense.
Not anymore because of the Kyler Murray signing. I think they're like second or third now. But, yeah, in theory, correct.
Correct. So most of their money is on the offense. Their defense, they're relying on the draft picks and these rookies and these guys that are going to be coming back. So, they brought back Alex Anzalone, stuff like that. They ran back that 3-13-1 team, basically. We all laughed. Oh, they run it back again, 3-13-1. But you know what? They like these players because these players have bought in to Dan Campbell and the staff. And, Aaron Glenn, he spoke to ESPN. I think our guy, Adam Schefter, had a great – you got to listen to it, maybe when you're not listening to Woodward Sports. Go back and listen to Aaron Glenn.
Make sure you get it right.
Yeah, make sure you listen to Aaron Glenn, talk to Adam Schefter. But you will be ready to run through a wall, and you'll be ready for Lions training camp. I promise you that. It's on ESPN. You'll catch it eventually.
When we come back, we going to commercial right now?
Yeah, Maz, why don't you tell us about chili peppers? What do you want to say when you come back?
When we come back, I want to tell you why the summer seems so, why the offseason seems so fast.
Okay, we can do that.
I can do that.
Tell us, Maz.
Chili peppers, baby.
Chili peppers.
Hey, you got to get down there. 27 locations, 2 of them right on Woodward Avenue. More on the way. It's Chili Peppers Tanning, the cleanest salons in the D. And guess what? If you join the Pepper Club, they'll beat all competitors by $5 on unlimited tanning, and you get to meet the Chili Pepper Girls. The hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, the darkest tans, your Vitamin D headquarters. 27 locations, more on the way. Check them out at chilipepperstanning.com.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Hello? Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
Hi, I'm John from Better Rate Mortgage, and to me, family is more than blood. That's why I have the biggest family in Metro Detroit. If you're looking to buy a house or refinance and need a loan, come get treated better than family by me and our entire team here at Better Rate Mortgage. We pride ourselves on giving you better advice, better service, and a better loan experience. That's why we are Better Rate. If you're looking for a new mortgage, come get treated like family. Actually, better with Better Rate Mortgage. Visit us at mybetterrate.com or call at 248-480-4467 today.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
I'm just trying to tell Joey who Andre Rison was. He thought he was a linebacker. No, I'm only kidding. He didn't. Hey, it's a ciabatta summer at Big Boy.
Joey.
How about it? The summer salads as well, the hand-dipped shakes, all at Big Boy. Try a chicken club, a chicken cordon bleu, or a sunrise ham and cheddar, all on our grilled, delicious ciabatta bread. Or keep it light with the Michigan apple, the chicken Caesar, and the Greek salad. Don't forget to cool off with the nice hand-dipped cookies and cream or strawberry shake. That's right. You heard it here first. Summer just got better at Big Boy.
I'm writing it down again. NAMI.
There you go.
Welcome to the NAMI. We are live at the Sheraton in Novi, the National Alliance on Mental Illness.
There you go, Steve.
I nailed it, baby. Woohoo! They are doing a panel discussion that's about to start to our right with Darren McCarty, Andre Rison, a couple other former athletes are in there, just talking about mental struggles, addiction. Eric Hipple is here. Lots of stuff.
Hipple's here? Oh.
Yeah, he walked in. I've actually done one of these with them. We did it back in May downtown.
Yeah, you were downtown, right?
Eastern Market, did it with these guys. These guys are amazing at having that conversation. And the cool thing about having guys on a panel is you're not going to get the same information or the same stories or the same stick from any guy. You can line us all up, put us in the same room. D-Mac's story is going to be amazing, but his is going to be a different approach. Right. Andre Rison's approach was very different from the player standpoint. My approach is very personal and different. Calvin's, his was different. You know, you look at Calvin, you're like, how can a guy like this know anything about this? Well, he played with Detroit Lions and other things happen in his life, so it's good content, it's good information. And it's just fun to be around.
And I think that's an important thing to point out, too, is no matter who you are, whether you're a Kelvin Johnson, you know, whether you're Bill Gates and 100%. Have money out the wazoo, whether you're Elon, like everybody has a different level of problems. We're all humans. We all deal with them. Money doesn't solve a damn thing. You know, and if you're Biggie, mo money, mo problems. So, you know, sometimes you got to understand that no matter who you're talking to, they have faced something in their life.
The big thing about this when you do the panels is the more and more you do them, and I've seen D-Mac's done it for a while, I've done it for a while, Andre's done it for a while, is the connectivity. I think that's the piece when you get an individual that goes on stage. The connectivity is the key. Connecting to your audience, connecting to the people you're talking about, connecting to the people that you're trying to help.
Yeah, and shout out to everybody that's in our YouTube chat right now. We appreciate you. People still clowning me for my tie, but that's okay. You know what? If you like the tie, make sure you hit like right there on the YouTube. And if we don't get any likes, I don't know what I'm going to do, man. But no, for real. Like the YouTube right now. Thank you to everybody that's participating in this. We appreciate you guys. You are just as much a part of the network as we are, so thank you so much. And Braylon, we were kind of talking between the break. Like, I just feel like there was no off season. Like, all of a sudden I blinked. Summer, maybe like a month, and all of a sudden here we are. Training camp is starting this week. Rookies are reporting, and it's football season. This is the last, week before we get to August, and this is the last month without football until February of next year, which is the best news ever. But why did it feel like it went by so fast?
I think there are a multitude of reasons why, and they're not all based on the Detroit Lions, although the majority of them are.
Tigers suck.
I think if you, 100%. I think if you look at it, Michigan's season was extended last year. It's the first time in forever Michigan had an extended season. They go to the Orange Bowl, and then they lose, obviously, to the Georgia Bulldogs, who eventually win national championship. Michigan State season was longer. They were extended. They play in January. They play against Pitt. They get a win. Then from out of that, you talk about the Senior Bowl. Now we're diving into the Senior Bowl. But we're leading in with optimism. We're leading in with, okay, you know what? Let's see what we're going to do with the draft. We know we have the number 2 pick. We know we had some good players last year. We know we had some flash spots. Dan Campbell kind of showed towards the end of the season. So you're kind of optimistic.
Well, and the Detroit Rams. I mean, the Detroit Rams made the Super Bowl. So, our season got extended, right?
Don't get me started.
Did you see that ring, by the way?
Oh, yeah, that ring's amazing. So the season was extended. Talking about Matt Stafford, talking about that. Then insert the NFL draft. Who are we taking at number 2? We talked about that for so long. Then finally the draft happens. We had a great draft. Now we're excited. Now you're even more excited.
Right.
Then you keep going. Now the Pistons are up. Now we're talking about where we drafted in number 5. Now we're pissed. Everybody's trying to figure out what are we going to do? What is Troy Weaver? What are they going to do? What are they going to implement? How is Dwayne Casey going to do that? Then you see them at the Boston Celtics game. Now you know these guys are trying to come together. Then they end up drafting Jaden Ivey. Moritz Sider wins the Rookie of the Year in the NHL. And so it's like things just kept happening. They announced that we're doing hard.
Momentum, right?
It's the momentum of the state, really. It's like then they announced Hard Knocks back in February. Then you talk about the draft in 2024. So many things just kept happening from January, really December, from December to this moment we're in now. Things just kept happening. Finally, it's been so long, and the state of Michigan, the city of Detroit deserves it.
By the way, just a side note, another mobster actor has passed away.
Oh, man.
This is it, man.
Who's whacking all these guys, man?
It's Paul Sorvino has just died at 83 years old.
Paul Sorvino?
Really? Paul Sorvino.
Paulie?
Paulie from Goodfellas.
Paulie?
Not Paulie.
Not Paulie.
Yeah, Paulie's gone.
Swimming with the fishes.
He's with Tony Sirico. He's with James Caan. He's with who was before James Caan?
Bad year to be
big
a gangster.
one. Ray Liotta.
Ray Liotta.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Ray Liotta.
Gangsters, man.
Well,
Gangsters.
What do I tell you? See, the cannolis are here for a reason. Leave the gun, take the cannolis.
Gangsters don't dance.
Rest in peace, Paul Sorvino.
We got to put that on a T-shirt for you, Maz.
Please.
Leave the gun, take the cannolis.
Please do.
All right, Woodward Sports merch team. We're meeting tomorrow, so we'll set all that up. But no, back to your point. When you do think about it, when you play it out in a timeline like that, it has just been one hit after another. Like a week may go by and we don't get any news, but then the next week it's like, oh my God! And I think Hard Knocks being here is really expediting how fast we're going to get our fill of Lions football. And I will overdose on Hard Knocks, man. I will be there watching it every single night. It's on 10 to 11 o'clock. I don't even subscribe to HBO Plus right now, but guess what? Yeah. I'm getting that subscription come next month.
HBO Max, baby.
And I loved Hard Knocks watching it. When they were doing the Texans, for some reason, I really loved the Texans season. It's because I drafted Jalen Strong in my Dynasty League, and they were really following him a lot during that Hard Knocks. Obviously, his career did not end up being what it should have been. To me, he had potential to be a great wide receiver. But I got to know players on that team. I got to know Bill O'Brien like I never thought I'd know him. And I cannot wait to actually watch that about a team I care about, not just some fringe Texans team, right?
Yeah, Levin and the guys over there at HBO, they do an amazing job, man. They take you on a journey. As a fan of a team in the city, you already feel like you're connected to that team. You already feel like you have stake in that team. That's why so many people are pissed at the Lions year after year after year. You're like, all this merch I bought, all these tickets I bought, and these guys continue to be in this realm. When you watch it on HBO, it's different. They take you behind the scenes, man. They take you in the team meeting rooms. They take you into players getting cut.
Right. They turning in the playbook, that walk, the dead man walking march.
The Turk, when he shows
knows
up.
about him, the Turk, man. We called him that. He's called the Turk. The Turk is the guy that's hired. He comes in that locker room, or he comes wherever you're at, and he says, hey, Coach wants to see you. Bring your playbook. And the crazy thing about it is first time I saw that was when I was in college. I was watching Hard Knocks. I was watching the Dallas Cowboys and the Baltimore Ravens. I think the Ravens
was the best.
Oh, 100%.
The first and the best.
Rest in peace to Saragusa, because him and
another gangster.
Him and Shannon stole the show. Shannon stole the show. But you're watching that and you're just waiting, and then that's the first time I got introduced to the Turk. Now insert when I get into the NFL. When you're seeing the Turk happen in real time, when you know that guy's coming down the hallway and being number 1 or number 3 pick overall, I never had to worry about the Turk. But I saw other guys, and it affected me. I know he wasn't coming to me, and I felt bad.
They were hiding.
You see guys, man, it's like Major League. Remember Major League?
He didn't want to look.
They're trying
to look in his
locker.
Looking in their locker
the orange
card.
It's a real deal, and you feel bad for guys, but that's the cool thing about Dan Campbell, and you hear Dave Birkett say it. If guys can't make the team, if guys for whatever reason, they still will try to find a way to place them somewhere or say good things and positive things about them. That goes a long way with the players, and that's one thing I did catch that Dave Birkett said. I'm like, that's why people love Dan Campbell.
Right.
Something like that for you to know I have to make this tough decision. Like he had to get rid of his boy, an offensive coordinator last year, Anthony Lynn. For you to know you have to make the tough decision, but find the best way to make that decision.
And he kept the team while he did that, too. A lot of times you see that, especially with a rookie head coach coming in, making that hard decision, like, I got to get rid of my OC and take over the play calling. That could have gone horrible.
He asked Anthony Lynn to come out of retirement just to fire him. And so, that could be tough.
Just to fire him.
But when we had Alim on the show, Alim had nothing but positive things to say about his boy.
Yeah.
That goes a long way. Sometimes you got to look behind the scenes of things.
By the way, when we come back from the break, I got to ask Braylon, when you do get the ziggy from a team, what can you take? What do you take? Because I'm sitting there, I'm like, I'd be taking the helmet. I'd be taking this. I'd be taking that. So I want to ask you all about that. Man. They probably charge you for it. I got to ask them.
I'll wait till we get back.
Yep, I got to ask you.
Let's tell them about Syntron, Braylon.
And we'll tell them about Syntron.
Or is that me? Is that me? It's Braylon. Just tell them about Syntron, Braylon.
Syntron.
The summer of Syntron.
Grab your little rock there and talk about Syntron.
My peace rock right
That's
here.
it.
Maz gave me a peace rock to keep me cool today. No, you know what? Syntron is proud partners with the Detroit Red Wings. And now, limited time only, they have created a six-pack special edition with the original flavors, baby. I'm talking about the original. I'm talking about the sugar-free. And I'm talking about the cranberry. Pre-order limited edition six-pack at CintronWorld.com/Red Wings. Remember, they want to be here for the moments, so let them.
When you need apparel, there's only one place to go. Big Frog in Novi. With no setup fees, no artwork fees, no minimum, and a 24-hour turnaround, you can have your whole team outfitted in no time. Embroidery, direct-to-garment, vinyl, and screen printing, Big Frog has it all in all the styles you want. So whether it's a sports team, fundraiser, school event, or corporate needs, Big Frog is your one-stop destination. Visit bigfrog.com/Novi or call 844-4-BIG-FROG.
Ciabattas, summer salads, and dip shakes. All at Big Boy. Try a chicken club, chicken cordon bleu, or sunrise ham and cheddar. All on our grilled ciabatta bread. Or keep it light with our Michigan apple, chicken Caesar, or Greek salad. And don't forget to cool off with a frosty hand-dipped cookies and cream or strawberry shake. You heard it here first. Summer just got better.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
We were down there on Friday. Braylon Edwards schooling the entire city shooting three-pointers. And if you want to go down there, play some basketball, maybe some mini golf. They got live music, DJs, roller skating. I am talking about the Monroe Street Midway. It's right there by Campus Martius, right off Monroe. Go down there. They got food trucks right by there, too. Free Wi-Fi so you can hang out and do your work. But if you're looking for something to do this summer, whether you're by yourself with a group of people, whether you're 10 years old or 100 years old, they got something for you down at the Monroe Street Midway. So head there with Woodward Sports and have some fun downtown, man.
Who wants to have some fun?
Always. Let me say something about the Monroe Street Midway, man. It was an amazing time. It was fun. It was cool. Often than not, so many times, we as consumers or we as people, we complain that our cities don't do things. They don't do things for the community. They don't put things out there for us to have some fun. They don't make things affordable. They don't make things available.
Nothing to do.
You're lying.
Right.
Because I was down there, and I tell you like this, Stick hit the nail on the head. Free Wi-Fi. That means you can, you know what? Nobody's working at home. I mean, nobody's working in the office anymore. Everybody's working from home. Go to the Midway. Sit out there. It was beautiful in the shade. Keyword was in the shade. But then it's also for the kids, man. It's a safe place. They had the officers out there kicking. I saw the officers shooting jump shots. Like, they have a safe space for the kids to come in there, get food, get drinks and water. You got this rollerblades that was free. You got the golf that was free. You got basketball courts. It was in the middle of everything. You go outside. You got food trucks, like Matt said, like Stick said. You can bring the food inside and enjoy some music in the park, on the grass. The things at the concession stands were affordable. So, look, man, you guys complain all the time. Get off your butts and go to the Monroe Street Midway.
Yeah, Detroit's got a lot of fun stuff going on downtown, so make sure you get down there and experience it. We have some people in the chat on YouTube, and by the way, this is Woodward Sports, The Bottom Line. I'm filling in for Ryan Armani. Braylon Edwards is here. Maz, Flannel Sam, and Fletch. Joey's in there now. The conference has started. We can hear them speaking, and D-Mac will be up there speaking soon. And we are at the NAMI. There you go. National Alliance on Mental Illness.
Look at that.
Yeah, the NAMI.
2 in a row.
Yes.
Only took you an hour and 15 minutes.
Hey, that's all right.
Hey, man. Hey.
That's all right.
Better late than never.
It's not spelled out phonetically on the board, man.
It is not.
This is NAMI, and, you know, like I said, I'm from the Midwest. I got that long A that we all have, like pop.
If you look at,
pop doesn't have an A in it, but we say it like pop.
Pop goes to Weezer because Weezer goes pop. If you look at the domain name, it's like Namini.
Yes.
So like
of Michigan.
You just glance quickly, you can't say it wrong. But as Stick said, it is NAMI, and it does stand for the National Alliance on Mental Illness.
Yeah, and they're doing a great job here. And we had some people in the chat asking. And by the way, make sure you hit us with a like if you're watching on YouTube right now. But people want to know when the Hard Knocks watch party is. We're actually going to do that at the Woodward Sports Studio.
You're darn right we are.
Because Anson, the guy who does the post-game shows with me live from the Brass Rail, we are going to do a Hard Knocks recap show after every Hard Knocks.
Nice.
So yeah, that'll be at 11 o'clock on Tuesday nights. So make sure after you watch it, listen, Hard Knocks is never going to be here again, and if we don't take advantage of this opportunity to talk about this and like to really blow this up,
we gotta have a watch party.
We'll have the watch party, and then we'll do the after show with Anson and myself and whoever else wants to be a part of it. And yeah, it's going to be awesome. Like, let's just overload on the Lions. Give me more Lions. I cannot get enough. Normally, I'm like this going into the season, but this year I am drinking that extra hard Kool-Aid.
Yeah, and Ryan talks about all the time. He says, why wait? Why wait till they start winning towards the middle of the year? Why wait till next year to get on board? Why wait till 3 years from now? Like, why not get on board now? They're doing everything. We finally wanted they're doing everything the way we finally wanted them to. You got an owner that is on the same page as the GM, that is on the same page as the coach. It's not a Ford at all. Then you also have players that want to be here. You got players that are coming in early after the season is over. You got guys that are training together in various series. Guys are signing to come back. Tracy Walker talked extensively about wanting to sign here, not wanting to go anywhere else, wanting to redo what he did last year and want to be a part of this. Everything is happening the way that it's supposed to happen within a franchise. So why not support the franchise finally? So I'm in. I'm all in.
Hey, before we went to the break, I asked you about the Turk coming to visit you at the team. So when a player leaves a team, Bray, what can they take?
His ass. That's it.
That's it.
That's it because everything.
I can't take a helmet.
So a helmet. Why
would they give you a helmet?
I want you have the Niners helmet at home.
Have you?
Yeah, but that's
you've
different.
been fired from a lot of radio stations. So have I.
Yeah.
Do they let you take home a poster or anything?
I
No,
do.
they're just like, get the hell out of here.
I take stuff.
I've gotten walked out of buildings before.
A helmet is $550. It's probably gone up since I was going. The jersey.
I didn't take this.
A jersey is $300 plus. The playbook is $10,000.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. I was waiting for you to drop that.
Wait a minute.
What about if I scanned it?
Playbook is $10,000, and the reason why the playbook is $10,000 is because if you take that playbook, you can give it to any other team. You can sell it to any other team. Say, hey, look, this is their plays. This is what they're going to do. Because they're not going to change who they are identity-wise. So those plays will still work, and those concepts will still work. So playbook is $10,000. What else? You can take your nameplate.
Listen,
if you even have one.
I would take that book in. I would say, look, you want this book? Then I'm taking the helmet and the jersey for nothing.
So that's going to be my question for you guys and everybody in the chat. Why don't you guys play along on this? What would you take if you got cut from a team during training camp? What would you take?
Helmet.
Is that what you take? Your helmet, man?
Yeah.
Why the helmet?
Because first of all, I love helmets. I have every helmet in the NFL at home in the miniature sides.
Right.
I got USFL. I got college.
Did you used to get the ones in like the quarter machines with the little helmets?
Not those. Yeah, I used to get those.
Yeah, I love those when I was a kid.
But you're not thinking big enough. And the reason why I tell you you're not thinking big enough, you say, I'm going to steal the helmet. Who cares about your helmet? If you're going to get cut, let's say you play for the Packers and you get cut. I'm going to get Aaron Rodgers' helmet. I'm going to get Aaron Rodgers' helmet. I'm not going to take my own helmet. If I'm going to steal something, if I'm going to get in trouble for stealing, hey, look, Aaron, let me get that helmet up off you real quick, big player.
Have players walked out with stuff and then got charged back?
100%.
And then said, no, I didn't take it. But they got you on video, of course, right?
Yeah, they got you on video. You can't lie about that.
I love it. Harold Williams said he's taking everything that's not nailed down. A helmet. His name was on the jersey. I would take another player's paycheck. Towels. Ooh, that's a good one. Towels.
I've seen the players leave on Hard Knocks, and all they take is a garbage bag, and they throw a bunch of stuff in a garbage bag.
Braylon, did you ever take anything?
Can't even get a team bag?
That you can admit on the air?
No, I've never been. I'm trying to think. Well, I guess I did get cut from the 49ers after Christmas. I ain't taking anything. I was pissed.
Yeah.
So I ain't taking anything.
See, if I'm getting cut by the Lions, I'm stealing the Rory outfit. I'm taking that whole damn Rory outfit, and I am running amok around the city with it. Just giving Rory a bad name.
Let me see if I could do it all over again. If I got cut at night, I go in the coach's office and steal all his pictures.
Yeah. The playbook.
Do some asshole like that.
The playbook, though. I mean, you said it's $10,000.
Probably more now.
How often do playbooks get leaked? Like, if you get cut from a team and I get picked up by, say, I get cut from the Lions and I'm going to play for the Packers, why wouldn't I write down every play that I can remember, hand it to the Packers, and be like, hey, when we play them, watch out for A, B, and C?
You know who leaks playbooks the most? And once I say it, you'll be like, oh, you know what? That makes a lot of sense.
Madden?
No. Madden's been running the same 5 plays for the last 30 years. No, it's flight attendants.
Really?
It's flight attendants and bus drivers because everybody had me. I'm included in this. Everyone except maybe like a Tom Brady or like Peyton because they are the playbook. But everyone has left their playbook on the bus before.
Sure.
Like pulled up at a stadium and forgot, or pulled up at the hotel and left it because you were looking at it or sitting under a seat, or on the airplane because on the airplane on the way back after games, all we do is gamble and drink. So it's like you leave stuff everywhere. I guarantee you, and I know for a fact a couple people that have done it, and I know one person that actually got in trouble for it.
Are playbooks digital now, though? I mean, are they just on iPads, or are they still print them out?
You still get both.
Yeah, you still get both?
You still get both. That's something people used to steal, is the iPads. Like, once they started doing iPads, because everybody got one. Like, you all get one. So that's something individuals started stealing. I think they started doing iPads 2012 or 13 when I was there. But
so you got the helmets at home? You got a Niners helmet?
Well, I don't have to steal it. Like,
I know, but you have your Niner helmet.
No.
Oh, what a shame.
Did you ever lose your playbook?
It was, you know what? Speaking of mental health, if it's, let's be full frontal right now. Right? Is that porn? Is that
I don't know about that, man. It's a family show. I'm out of here if that's happening.
I meant full disclosure.
Full frontal, he says. Ladies.
No homo. No, but no, full disclosure as it relates to the 49ers. How that ended for me, like it was a type of deal. It took me a while to get over that, kind of how that happened, and to be cut the day after Christmas, and getting injured that season and feeling like I wasn't my best, and feeling like I was made to play there. The 49ers, I kind of just act like I never played 49ers for a long time. And so now that I'm in this space where I'm accepting of maybe some things that I had to do with the situation, but also forgiving the people in the situation, I would definitely get the helmet because it was my favorite team growing up. My favorite team.
I'd be taking the jerseys, the sweatshirts, all the good gear.
The warm-up gear.
That I paid $90, $100, $120 for.
I'd be swagged out for
You don't think I'm getting that swag? You're crazy.
I'd be just stashing it away the whole time, knowing that I'm a fringe player to begin with. So every day I'm wearing home new sweatpants.
I got 3 more of those sweatshirts. I sweated through those.
Everybody's saying Braylon can go full frontal on Naked HD, who is spamming our chat right now.
Yes.
So there you go.
There it is.
There it is.
There it is.
And there's some full frontal Braylon pictures out there, half naked on the internet. We've seen them.
Half.
Yeah, I said half.
That was me in my Miami days. You know what I'm saying? When I was out here training.
Dude was ripped.
Hey man,
absolutely ripped.
A little bit. I try to stay in shape a little bit. I'm around.
You know what? The only thing more intimidating than Braylon shirtless out in front of your house is that Guardian alarm sign out in front of your house.
Out.
Because they keep people out like a shirtless Braylon would do if he was standing out there just flexing on people.
Up.
Just stay out. And that's all you got to do. You want that safety. You want that peace of mind. They've been doing it for almost 100 years. So why not go for the experts at Guardian Alarm? And all you got to do is call 1-800-STAY-OUT.
Stay out.
That number one more time, 1-800-STAY-OUT. Let them know Woodward Sports sent you. They will hook you up with a free camera to observe what's going on at your house as well.
Frontals.
Give them a call today, 1-800-STAY-OUT. That is Guardian Alarm.
Helmets.
Hey, it's Scott from the Woodward Bet Show. Hey, we're here to get hot. We're here to stay hot. We're going to stay hot. We're going to win all kinds of fun coupons this week because that's what we do over at the Woodward Bet Show at 4:30. You guys got to make sure you're checking us out. You also got to make sure you check out oddstrader.com. It's got live scoring, play-by-play updates, the best place to check all the odds at the sports books right in the palm of your hand. But hey, let's get to these winners. Listen, we're going to attack the Red Sox. Red Sox stink. You see how many runs the Blue Jays put up on them? So we're going to go with the Indians/Guardians today. Woodward Bets, oddstrader.com. Check it out.
Hey, it's Sean Jordan from the Sports Marketing Agency. And SMA wouldn't be who we are without our amazing partners.
Thank you so much, Sean. You know, at Detroit Wayne, we want to serve as a resource for you and your families. We offer mental health services, substance use disorder services throughout our communities, and we want to be that source and resource within the community.
If you or a loved one are suffering from a mental health or substance abuse issue, please don't hesitate to call 1-800-241-4949.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
Welcome back to the bottom line. We are live at the Sheraton in Novi for the NAMI That is the National Alliance on Mental Illness. We are here. They're doing their live panel right now. There goes Sean Jordan, the CEO of SMA, who brought us here today and helps do this all year long, supporting mental health awareness and drug abuse awareness as well. So it's a really important thing that we're doing here, supporting today. And like we were talking earlier in the show, men cannot be afraid to talk to each other about our feelings. I know sometimes you get that stigma like, oh, I don't want to be soft, but no, you're not soft. The softest thing you can do is crawl into a hole and die, right? Yeah, that is the softest thing you can do. Reaching out and asking people for help, that is the strongest thing you can do. So make sure if you're having issues, you get yourself help, because that's what strong people do. They help themselves.
That's what the big thing about when you come to these conferences, you learn the big thing is about destigmatization, because they don't even use the phrase drug abuse anymore. It's addiction. It's addiction awareness, because it is a chemical imbalance, because it is an illness. So they don't use drug abuse because that they felt like that is very demeaning and very undermining of what the issues are really.
Yeah, so that's why we're here today in Novi at the Sheraton for this awesome event. They have pretty much every boardroom here filled with different things that you can go over, education, and it's just really nice to, be a part of people that are taking this serious and leading the way on helping people. And you never know who you're going to help. You really never do. Even if it's just a hug, a handshake, hey, how you doing? You never know, so make sure you reach out to your fellow man. We were talking earlier about what you would steal if you got cut from a football team during training camp. Maz is over here saying he's stealing helmets.
Helmets, sweatshirts, pullovers, the works.
And you know what helmet I would definitely steal? That new Cincinnati helmet, the all-white Bengals helmet. Have you seen that? That is a sexy looking helmet.
There's 14 teams that are going to have alternate helmets this year and throwback helmets. Lions are not part of it.
Everybody had a chance to be a part of that, by the way.
Yeah.
Everybody
Lions next year, man.
But that's what we were talking about on Friday. Ryan was talking about once again the Lions dropped the ball, and I said I'm not sure if they dropped the ball in that. I believe so many good things are happening right now for the Lions. It's like sometimes you got to just stand back a little bit and save some things. You got Hard Knocks this year. That's a boom. That's a great thing you got going on. In 2 years, you got the NFL draft here that will be down in campus.
That's what they're saving it for.
That's hard spot. You can see what I'm saying. You got all these things happening. It's like, why don't overload right now? Save some things so they can either do it 2023 or, to your point, man, they can wait 2 more years.
Slow playing.
And it's the long game, man.
They will have new uniforms by when the draft hits Detroit, guaranteed.
So what helmets would you want them to bring back? Because we've seen them do alternate uniforms before. We've seen the black helmets, which I think when we put that up on our social media at Woodward Sports, everybody kind of went nuts for. I'm a big fan of those 50s throwback uniforms where it's just the flat pewter helmets.
You don't want any logo?
I would do the flat pewter with just a number on it. I think that would be a good look for us. But yeah, in the chat right now too on YouTube, what do you think? What color helmet do you want the Lions to use as an alternate? I mean, we've seen all blue, the Honolulu blue.
How about the chrome? I mean, have you seen the chrome?
Yeah, I don't love the chrome. To me, that's a little too Oregon-ish.
How about the blue chrome?
I'm not a big fan of the chrome though. I think it's a little too much. It's too shiny. I like the flat black one when they had that. Like the flat black looked really nice.
I don't know. I don't want to lose the Lion logo though. I think maybe they tweak it a little bit, but I do love.
They tweaked it already.
I like Leapin'. Go back to old Leapin'. I like old Leapin'.
I like the 2-bar Lion logo, the 2-bar 50s logo. If we went back to that, and those uniforms too with the fat numbers on them, I like the fat numbers on the chest as well.
I want something different. I want something with the big numbers. Those were good. Those were like the mid 90s. It was like the mid 90 Lions, as well as those helmets as well. But I want something new. I want something fresh. Like I get it. But I like when teams they take that leap of faith and say, you know what, we just need to switch it up. Like you see what happened when the Denver Broncos went from the traditional, blue with the orange. They went to that smooth where they had the orange stripe with the curvature, the master curvature. Oh man, it was sexy. And then what happened? Oh, by the way, 2 Super Bowls. Now I'm not saying.
Well, look at Tampa Bay though.
I'm not. There you go again.
That's another good example.
And I like both throwback uniforms.
You like the creamsicle for Tampa?
And I like the Broncos. I like Bucky Bronco. Yeah. I like the D. The Bronco coming out of the D, blowing the steam out of it.
You just got to get that lead, man. Remember what the Falcons did? Oh my God!
I like their old red uniforms.
When Vic was still there, they went from those.
Yep.
They had the white away jersey with the gray pants and the black helmet, which was cool. But when they went to that new black on black,
to me, you will never beat the powder blue Chargers jerseys. Like those are my favorite all-time
NFL.
NFL. What if the Lions did that? Maybe adjust our blue a little bit and go like a powder blue, like change. Would you be okay with a color scheme change too?
That's Mr. Ford's color is Honolulu blue. I don't think it'll ever be changed, to be honest with you.
You know, because when I think Hawaii, I think Detroit.
Honolulu blue silver, baby. I don't think they'll ever change the Honolulu blue. And you know what? I think the Panthers got a good look, and we're similar to the Panthers. If you think about it.
Okay, I can buy that. Like a Panthers / old school Seattle.
Yeah.
Okay, I can buy that in a little bit.
Did you like when you got there for the new Seattle uniforms?
Yeah,
you got there for the neon.
It was amazing. No, neon was 1 year after me, but I was there when they changed the uniforms up, when they had the white on the gray, and then they had the blue and blue. Like with those most electric uniforms at the time. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, going back and talking about the Chargers, but now the Chargers have actually redone their uniforms a little bit too with that powder blue. But that's Seattle. It's another thing. You talk about changing uniforms. Seattle had the original uniforms when, not original, but kind of the newer ones that came out with Hasselbeck.
Right.
When Marshawn Lynch.
We're going to take the ball and we're going to win.
Oh, exactly. Pick six.
Best Hasselbeck quote of all time, then throws a pick six.
Oh, by the way, that guy was in my draft class. Corey Webster, LSU guy, his first defensive back for the Giants. But
I still like Hasselbeck.
Then you had the Hasselbeck. Then you get Marshawn Lynch. You still had a Hasselbeck. Then you create the new uniforms. Guess what? Seattle Seahawks won the Super Bowl. I'm telling you, there's something about changing uniforms and having some success.
You look good, you feel good, right?
Look good, feel good, play good. Deion Sanders, baby.
And honestly, I'm going to take this back to my Little League football team, the Walled Lake Braves.
Okay.
We were white with red 1 year, and we won one game. The next year, we switched to all black uniforms with red, undefeated. And that's the truth. And we all felt like badasses in our black uniforms compared to, going out there in these cotton white uniforms, and you just didn't feel tough. And, the black uniforms brought out a new side of the Walled Lake Braves. I like this comment by Duke Nukem here on our YouTube. And make sure you guys are commenting and liking if you're on YouTube. All white with blue and gray accents. What do you think of that? A white helmet for the Lions with blue and gray.
I like that. I like it.
Yeah, in my head, it makes sense. It looks good, right?
It sounds sexy, man. That's why I'm saying do something different. Do something new, man. Like, I get it. You want to keep tradition. You want to keep, Mr. Ford, rest in peace. You want to keep that going and all that. But sometimes you just got to change things up.
Did you guys see the Bears helmet that they're going to use this year?
Yeah.
The orange.
Did you see the Browns' response on Twitter to that?
No, I didn't.
Oh, yeah. They were just like, real original with your color helmet. Like, where'd you get that idea?
That's funny.
So, yeah, the Bears will be rocking orange helmets with orange unis this year. And
that's for 1 or 2 games, right? For a few games. Now, Braylon, go back to the Browns. You got, not only did you get selected by the Browns, number 3 overall in the draft.
Yeah, don't remind me.
Okay. But now, would you consider that?
Really? For real? You feel that way about the Browns? Like, honestly?
Look, would
you?
It
was horrible, man. It was one of those situations where, Al Lerner, who was the owner of the Browns, he passed away, and his son Randy Lerner took over the team. Randy Lerner was a great man. I liked him a lot. He was a cool ass dude. He was just great, but he wasn't focused on the Cleveland Browns. He was focused on his credit card business, and he was focused on his soccer team, which were over in the UK. This is way before guys were buying soccer team. So he wasn't a present owner. So they couldn't get things right. They were hiring the wrong coaches. They were hiring the wrong offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators.
Well, and, not to bring this up because I know it's a sore spot, as it should be, but remember, the coach that was coaching at the time was one of the guys that said, hey, they asked me to lose.
Hugh Jackson.
Was after.
Okay.
But that was the culture, though.
Right.
That was the culture up until they got together, 2 years ago? They make it to play. And even still, the culture isn't necessarily all the way right down there. It just hasn't been right since they left to go to Baltimore, and then they bought the team back in 1999. First pick was Tim Couch.
So let me ask you a philosophical question. And this is
let me get my philosophical
Yeah, no, I'm honestly glad to be able to talk to you because you are the perfect person to ask this question because you went number 3 overall in the draft. You had a tremendous college career. Would you have rather had a lesser college career and been drafted like 17 through 25 to a better team, or just the cachet of going 3 overall? What if you could go back? Would you change that?
Nah, I would. Let's think about it through the break and come back.
Okay, because it's tough, man. Honestly, first of all, just to be even drafted in the NFL is an honor and a privilege, right? But,
Hell yeah.
But yeah, like to have the perspective you did, like, damn, if I didn't go number 3, maybe I could have gone to a better team if I didn't do so well. Like, it's such a weird, complex decision, right? So we'll talk about that coming back right here on the Woodward Sports Network. Let's tell them about Gypsy Vodka first and the Mulligan, baby.
Man, let me tell you like this. You're talking about do-overs. The Mulligan by Gypsy Vodka is here. Adam and Mike, you got it right with this one again. Support Michigan distillers. We're here. We're in the state. Let's stop outsourcing. Let's support our own guys in the state. They're Michigan State guys, and I'm still going to support them. 8% alcohol. It is an amazing seltzer, but I promise you, that 8% is real, so be very, very careful with that. Iced tea, lemonade, and mango are the flavors, and they get it right because that Gypsy Vodka is infused corn distilled vodka. Oh, my God, it's amazing. Corn distilled 6 times using artesian spring water. Support Michigan Distillers once again. And if you're going to drink the Mulligan, if you're going to have fun on the golf course or in the backyard, make sure you do it responsibly.
Detroit's downtown summer playground is back. Open all summer long, the Monroe Street Midway. Enjoy roller skating, free Wi-Fi, food trucks, art installations, and so much more. Don't forget to take advantage of the basketball court, putt-putt, and, of course, family programming all summer long. All art installations are done by Detroit artists, and it's a fun, safe event from people 1 to 100. Go to deckedoutdetroit.com.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
Make sure you're listening to Woodward Sports all day long. Start your morning with the Morning Woodward Show. Spend middays with Big D Energy. Watch and listen your drive home with the bottom line. And don't forget about Woodward Bets Daily. All live. All right here on the Woodward Sports Network.
Hey, it's Stick telling you about the Academy of Warren, and if you have a young child and they're entering that school age, or they're already in school and you want to switch it up, I'm telling you this is the coolest place for them to go. The AM/PM Latchkey. I was a Latchkey kid. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, love Latchkey. Small classroom sizes. That's what I needed when I was a kid because my brain is crazy. They have Learning Street, futuristic media center, free breakfast and lunch, great curriculum, and it's from K through 8 academics. So if you have a kid that's looking to get into a great school, plus they have tremendous athletic facilities, make sure you look at the Academy of Warren. Just go to academyofwarren.net today.
That's your school picture, too. You're wearing your school outfit.
I like how you first came in. Hey, it's Stick.
Hey, Stick.
Hi.
Hi,
Hey,
I'm
Stick. You asked me about the helmets before we get into answering your question. Mine's is the Cardinal ones. I like that black Cardinals one. You know, talking about the new helmets.
The black matte Cardinal.
And here it is right here, Stick. And it fade like it.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that's the one. And
Okay.
It fades out at the end.
I like that.
That's fire.
That is nice.
The Bengals still one is fire, but that I just like that a little bit.
Yeah, that white Bengals one is awesome. We are live right now as the Woodward Sports Network at the Sheraton in Novi for the NAMI National Alliance on Mental Health. NAMI. Damn it, man.
Tsunami.
People are going to remember it either way, whether it's for me screwing it up or you getting it right. But it's the NAMI. The NAMI. Then they're doing a great panel inside right now. So thank you guys for supporting that. And there's a look at some of the alternate helmets that are coming up in 2022. Texans rolling with all red.
That's cool.
The Jets black. You're looking at the Commanders. I don't really love that helmet.
I don't like the Commanders logo at all, period.
Just the W?
They blew it.
Yeah.
They absolutely
I thought the
blew
Red
it.
Tails should have been the name, man. Like,
could have been.
I was pulling for the Red
was
Tails.
The Red Wolf? Was the Red Wolves
Red
the one I
Wolves.
like? Red
Yeah,
Wolves.
that
That's
would have
the
been
one
a
I
good one. Anything but that.
Like the Dire Wolves
I
from
mean,
Game of
Commanders.
Thrones. I was heavy
Put
on
a guy's head on there with like like an airplane,
right?
Like a bomber.
But the Bengals win. The Bengals win, man.
Yeah, the white tiger.
The white tiger is absolutely phenomenal. But before we went to break, I asked Braylon a question, which I've always wanted to ask an athlete too, because it's really a weird thing. Like, Mac Jones is a perfect example.
Okay.
He wasn't the highest touted quarterback coming out last year, but he fell in probably the best position because of that, right?
100%.
So do you want to be Trevor Lawrence and have to carry the weight of the entire Jaguars organization, or do you want to slide into a place that already has a nice system and you become a piece of the wall moving forward? And so that's what I asked Braylon Edwards here, number 3 overall pick in the NFL, unfortunately to the Cleveland Browns. So not only did you have to go live in Ohio, you had to wear those uniforms, and, you know, that team was not good. So would you have rather had a lesser college career and been drafted later, or are you happy going number 3 overall?
It's an interesting question because you can look at it and say, well, if I would get to a better situation, I would have better structure. You look at some of these you look at some of these franchises, they have professional franchises and organization from top to bottom. Mass talks about the Baltimore Ravens all the time. They could arguably be the number 1. Like, getting to that organization, you know they're going to have good coaches. You know they're going to have good players. You know they have good PR in the community. You know you're going to learn from the people on the team at the various positions. So you just know that you're going to be in a good space. Getting drafted early. But the thing about it, and I'm a side with getting drafted early, is this. You can never take 3rd overall from me.
Yep.
You can't. And then to get 3rd overall, that means I had to ball in college. Eventually, one day, and I say this with all due respect, I'll be in the College Football Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah.
Because of the numbers. But that happens because I was drafted 3rd overall. To get 3rd overall, you got to put up some staggering numbers. And so to do that, hey, you know what, if that was the payoff. But not to mention, I did get lucky. I mean, I had, a couple good seasons in Cleveland, won 16 touchdowns, and was able to get traded to the New York Jets, which is one of Maz's squads, and 2 AFC runs. So it didn't go Hall of Fame for me, but guess what? It still went damn good, and I'm proud of where I had. So,
yeah, as you should be. And that run with the Jets is the best run that they've had
ever
since
they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
when they weren't in the NFL, they were in the AFL.
I don't even think they made
when
the
they won the
playoffs
Super
next
Bowl.
year.
No. Hey, Bray, I wanted to ask you about getting drafted as a college kid and getting to a uniform. Yeah. Now, when you go to a team, either you like the team could suck, but you could still look good. Yeah. The Cleveland Browns, I know it's classic uniform, but boring.
Listen,
I mean, how freaking boring and ugly, orange and brown. You're like a construction barrel.
I'll do you one better. When I got drafted, my marketing agent at the time, because I hired my marketing agent like right after the season was over, because my mom was always focused on the dollars off the field. She was always focused on getting me in front of the camera, getting me in front of this, because she wanted me like a Shaq situation where Shaq never touched game checks. All he touched was sponsorship dollars. He was from Cleveland. He was from Bracknell, not Bracknell. He was from Beechwood. Beechwood would be on the east side of the state. He was from Beechwood. So when I got drafted, I didn't even think about the colors of the Cleveland Brown. I'm just getting excited. He's in the green room with me. You see him hug me. He says, "Welcome to the orange." He said, "Doo-doo brown and orange." I was like, "Wait, what?"
Doo-doo brown.
Just the fact that the team's color is called doo-doo brown and orange, that lets you know how terrible it is. And they're so traditional. They're so annoying. You talked about feeling good, look good, feel good, play good, right? So I hated those uniforms. I only like wearing the all white. I didn't like the brown on white. Never liked wearing it. It was only the white on white that I can do something. I'm coming from Michigan. You're talking about the best helmets ever. You're talking about arguably the best color scheme. I mean, if someone say we don't have the best color scheme, I'm okay with that. Helmet, there's no denying that.
Can't touch
so
the helmet.
like hammer. So I'm coming from that. And then I got to find a way to make this ugly Cleveland Browns uniform work. So many a day on Sunday before the games, I'm scrambling. I'm trying to add a tie. Okay, I add a tie. Right. That doesn't look good. Okay, what if I pull the socks up here? That doesn't look good.
Hand me that brown spat tape.
Exactly. Hand me that brown spat tape.
But doo-doo, brown and orange.
But the one time I did feel like our uniforms were on fire. And I walked out there and was like, yo, I feel I'm going to kill him. We played Monday Night Football in 2008. This is after the Giants won the Super Bowl. So this is coming off the heels of a Super Bowl win, obviously the David Tyree catch. So we're playing them on Monday Night Football, and this is the first time the Browns have had a Monday Night Football game. I'm talking years. Because of the 2007 season, we went 10 games. They gave us 3 Monday Night Football games, right? We went 1 and 2. But we come out there in the old school Browns uniform mask with the numbers on the side, with the gray stripe down the middle, and then we had like the brown was darker, and it had the stripes, the different stripes on the sleeves. The pants were different, and the socks. The socks were brown, but then they had the orange in the middle stripe, and then brown again. Talk about look good, feel good, play good. 7 catches, 158 yards. and 1 touchdown. Should have been 2, but I got tripped at the 1 by Aaron Ross. Shout out to Aaron, my boy Aaron Ross.
I love how you remember all the names too,
University,
man.
Oh man, University of Texas. He's married to Sandra Richards Ross, man, one of the fastest women in Olympic history. So, but talking about look good, feel good, play good. I was player of the game. I got to talk on the podium, but I felt good. I felt great. That uniform was fire, and we put the numbers up, and we won.
People were asking what other wide receivers were in your class that year, so I pulled up the list. You at number 3.
I know them
you already know them all?
So first receiver taken was me at 3.
Yep.
Second receiver taken was Troy Williamson at 7.
Correct.
Third receiver
Minnesota.
Minnesota. Third receiver taken was Detroit's own Mike Williams out of USC. Mike Williams was third. The next receiver.
Who picked him?
Honestly, I didn't hate that pick at the time. I got to be one of the people that I loved him at USC. That one-handed catch out the back of the end zone.
UCLA.
But he got screwed because of Maurice Claret.
And he joined it. Yeah, I was just gonna say
because they gave Maurice Claret clearance to enter the draft after playing in the NFL only 1 year.
So
Mike did the same thing. But then they went back on the clearance and screwed them both.
And
but had Claret not done that, Mike Williams would have been back at USC that year. But he did come to the NFL and get huge, and they tried to make him a tight end in Seattle. So, yeah.
If I'm being realistic, if Mike comes back that next year just because of height, Mike would have went before me. I'm not. I don't say that out of any.
He was
touted,
man.
He killed it. He crushed it. He played his freshman year was with Carson Palmer.
Yeah.
His next year was with Matt Leinart. Hello.
That's when USC was just
then
rolling.
I think the next receiver would have been Mark Clayton.
Matt Jones.
Oh, Matt Jones. He was a quarterback that he drafted wide receiver to the Jaguars.
Yep. He went right before Mark Clayton.
And then Mark Clayton.
He played. They tried to make him a slash.
Yeah.
They tried to make him slash.
But here's a great example, though. Roddy White. I think Roddy White had a decent NFL career.
He had a real good NFL career.
But if you would have wound up at 27 in Atlanta,
UAB.
You could have done everything Roddy White did, right?
You're not lying. And first, when he got there, his quarterback was Mike Vick. He played with Mike Vick. And then they had drafted Michael Jenkins the year before from Ohio State in the first round. So they had Michael Jenkins. Then they drafted Roddy White. You have Tony Gonzalez on the team. Man, Mike Vick's your quarterback. So, like you said, we know what it is. If I'll give you an example. Reggie Wayne got drafted, picked 27 or 28, 29, something like that in his draft, right? He goes to
Peyton.
He goes to the Colts. He goes from Ken Dorsey, then he goes to the Colts. Now he's playing with the Colts. If he would have got drafted in the top 10, he's not a Hall of Fame wide receiver. He's playing in Indianapolis. In Indianapolis, on the other side of Marvin Harrison, one of the most slept-on wide receivers of all time, Hall of Famer, mind you. Edgerrin James is in the backfield. Come on, man.
Well, it's just a fun question, and obviously, like you said, getting drafted number 3 in the NFL, you could never take that away, and that is such an honor and just a feather in your cap anyway. So, yeah, you should never look back and regret, but I just like to have the thought about it because I've never been drafted. I would have been I don't care if I'm Mr. Irrelevant. I would have been happy to be drafted in the NFL. So going number 3 overall, something to be very proud of.
It's funny you say that. I know we're going to commercial. Jamarcus Russell was on the pivot. And they asked him, everybody always calls Jamarcus Russell what? The biggest bust of all time, right? Jamarcus Russell said, you know what? Career didn't go the way I wanted to, but you know what you can't take from me? I went number 1 overall.
It's true.
I went number 1 overall.
It's very true. And if you're a betting man and you want to make sure you're going to bet on who's going to go number 1 overall in this year's NFL draft, well, you go to mybookie.com right now and you make sure you enter promo code Woodward. Am I stealing this from you, Maz?
No, go for it.
I'm sorry. No. Go for it, Maz. Go for it. No.
I was like,
he doesn't have the screen ready for me, so we got to go with you, buddy.
I said, did Maz get fired on Bookie? And I didn't know.
Listen, I have a tie on today. I do whatever the hell I want.
Hey, mybookie.ag, mybookie.com. You heard, Stick. If you're a first-timer, use the promo code Woodward. They'll double your first deposit all the way up to $1,000. Tigers Padres tonight. Who you got? Gorgeous night at Comerica Park. Get on it right now. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. If you have a gambling problem, please use the Michigan Problem Gambling Hotline, 1-800-270-7117.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
It's Feldman's Carmageddon. We're putting an end to high prices during our 4-day super sale. Only 24 hours left to shop thousands of used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Hurry in. Only 24 hours left.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Welcome back to the Bottom Line, live on the Woodward Sports Network. Thanks to everybody that has participated in the chat today on YouTube. Don't forget to hit us with that like and subscribe. We are live right now at the Sheraton in Novi for the NAMI. Yes, NAMI. Go. I nailed it.
Last segment,
National Alliance on Mental Health. They are here doing a panel right now. D-Mac's in there speaking.
Mental illness.
On mental illness and mental health and addiction, and they just cover pretty much everything that has to do with your mental and how you're feeling. So it's really great for them to have us out here. We appreciate that. Sean Jordan from SMA came on earlier. He's a big part of this. Like we said, D-Mac's in there speaking. So
Andre Rison,
Eric Hipple, and just an honor to be a part of this and helping raise some awareness on some mental health issues. Maz, it's time for your videos of the day.
I got a few of them.
You got a few of them?
I do.
What you got for us, baby?
Okay, let me start you off with, now, Bray, you're going to love this. Leroy Butler, the great Packer, who's going into the Hall of Fame coming up this August. This is what it's like when a Hall of Famer gets his jacket delivered to him in the mail.
In the mail?
In the mail.
That's a video.
Oh, that's nice.
That is beautiful.
It's a nice box.
That's a video.
Oh, that's nice.
That is beautiful.
It's a nice box.
That is a nice box.
I wonder what's in it.
What does it say? 1930, 1963. Take it out of the box. You're right.
Yeah, I've never got one of these before. I don't know how it works. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
This is nice.
Ooh, look at that. Personalized. Welcome. Wait.
These are always fun to watch, man.
They are.
They're funny. Last year we saw Calvin Johnson. We saw
that was great.
The big guy goes. I can always
David Baker.
David Baker goes to his house out there. You know,
taking a sweet ass time though. Damn.
He is taking a sweet ass time.
I mean, not only getting the Hall of Fame once, but
the Randy Moss one during the football season when he came to his hotel room and he was crying. That was a good one. I think when Jimmy Johnson got in, when Troy Aikman was doing the show live, Jimmy cried. Like they're always good. They're pretty good.
Look at that yellow jacket, man. The golden jacket.
There are only how many people are in the Hall of Fame? You got to realize how important, like why people shed those emotions, like why people get touched up, why people get to that point.
Hey.
In the history of the NFL is what, 100 years old? It's 105 now or 104, somewhere around there. Because I remember the infamous commercial.
Oh, that was awesome.
Best commercial ever, by the way. But in 100 years, there are only like 100 guys in the Hall of Fame.
No, it's amazing. And I was there for like the third time. My kids took me for Christmas. On our way to New Jersey, we stopped at Canton.
You got everything, too, by the way. We were buying up everything.
I did. I spent like 4 hours there. My girls were they were troopers, man. They let me suck that all in, man. Take that all in, man. That was so great. I have so many pictures on here, and that's when I was taking a picture of the John Madden bust and all, and
nice.
And he passes away the next day. That was something, man.
Rest in peace to Madden, man.
Rest in peace to Madden. Who else can actually watch his own memorial, basically, before you pass away? Remember the Madden special, the All Madden?
Yep.
And he watched it, and he was crying, and all the
it's like he knew.
Yeah, and he passed away after that, man. After he saw that, it's like he was waiting.
Mm-hmm.
Just remarkable.
May we all be so blessed to watch a whole movie about our life and then just fade off into the sunset, man.
I like it.
That's the way everybody should be willing to go out.
Only time I ever saw it was like the saddest movie ever. It was A Fault in Our Stars.
Oh,
and like
I cried.
Yeah. I cried a couple times. Oh, I cried.
That was Aaron Rodgers' girlfriend in that.
Shailene Woodley or whatever.
His ex-girlfriend.
I cried about 4 times in that movie. No, but remember the scene where like he's like, yo, he said, I'm telling you, this is how I tricked myself into watching. I was like,
I'll tell you the story.
I heard it was a good book. I was like sitting at home and I had a friend over and he was like, all right, cool. She and I put it on and watching it, and she's like, you over there crying? I'm like, no.
So I was working for a radio station at that time, and we did this thing where we gave away a bunch of tickets into a theater.
Was this the outfit that you wore when you worked?
Very close, very close. This is when I was taking tickets.
Okay, last joke.
But it was I worked for a radio station that was pretty much female-oriented, so we filled this theater full of girls. I'm the only guy in there. And I'm sitting there by myself crying with all these girls. And what an emotional movie, man.
Hey, man, but they played out good for you.
Did you score that night?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, man. Say, hey, man.
Odds are yes.
Hey, baby, I was traded for all the best bets.
Odds trader. Bet on that, man.
I got 346 members, by the way.
There you go. And I probably have 300 pictures of the busts in my phone. Of my favorites.
I have 300 different busts in my phone.
I know, busts are great.
Yeah, not from the Hall of Fame.
Hey, last one.
Someone could be in the Hall of Fame.
A different type of Hall of Fame.
Hey, last one today. I'm going to play this. I think, Bray, you sent this to me. This is an emergency landing on, I don't know what road this was.
Looks like
But this plane was coming in with, like, no propellers turning. Check this out.
This is nuts. Like I was just reading the comments when I saw this, and everybody was talking about, can you imagine, like seeing a plane or doing this? Somebody said in the comments, which was very smart. They said, the hell with the guys behind it. They said, what about guys coming off that blind spot in the curve and you turn into a doggone airplane in the middle of the freeway?
Look at this thing.
Look at that car. He said, I'm stopping.
You see the propeller slowing down to like nothing? It's got nothing left in it.
I tell you what, whoever's flying that plane, he did a hell of a job.
Hell of a job.
He did a hell of a job. He lucky he did it in the time of day where it had to be around. That had to be at like 10 o'clock. That's like 10 o'clock because there was it was kind of some traffic, but it wasn't.
What are you guys laughing about? Did I say something wrong?
No, you got a little too close to the camera.
Oh, I did?
Oh, he's trying to read his phone.
Sorry.
Maz, they always messing with you on site, man.
I know. What am I going to do, man?
On location.
That's it, man. That's all I got.
That's all you got for today?
That's all I got for you today.
He said he had 3 for us.
Put your little phone down, tie your tie.
I got Tim McCollum texting me things that he should already know.
What's Tim saying?
He's looking for a file that he already sent in his email. I'm like, just go in your email and pull the damn file out of it.
He does it all the time. I sent him something in a text thread like 2 days before he actually needed it, and he hits me the day of. He was like, so, Braylon, you got that number? I'm like, I'm Tim. Why don't you just look up a couple messages? Oh,
you've already saved it and sent it in an email, so just check the damn email. Quit texting me for it.
Hey, Tigers-Padres tonight should be what a beautiful night to watch a baseball game tonight.
And is there a better team nickname than the Padres?
The Padres.
The Daddies.
The
Daddies. That's
Love
the
the
greatest
Friars.
nickname ever.
The Fathers.
Love them, baby.
The Fathers.
Very spirit, very
Mets beat their ass last night, so we'll see what they give the Tigers tonight.
Tigers, they lost their 11 of the last 13.
They're only 20 under 500.
Only 20.
That's it.
Only 20?
96 games in.
It's like flannel. Oh, shout out to Flannel Sam, by the way. I'm wearing this flannel because I want the Jock Flannel Sam style today,
And I'm
man.
so glad you did, because he almost went home and changed, because I came in with a tie and he was like, I feel very underdressed. But you rolled in with the flannel. And
until you see me, of course.
Right here. Flannel Sam, man. I
Then you're
felt the
good.
energy today.
Well, thank you guys so much for being a part of the Bottom Line. Thank you for everybody who was on YouTube contributing. Yeah, Wednesday, Les Stanford. We're going to be live on site in Dearborn, so if you want to come down, see the fellas, hang out, maybe get a new Corvette, you can do that.
I'm going to test drive one.
Hey, we better. That new Corvette is.
It's 4 o'clock. We're gone, but if you take anything from today's show, remember, ask your buddy, ask your friend, ask somebody you see, hey, man, how you feeling?
Yeah, it's really that simple. And you know what? Even if they don't give you the answer in the in-depth that you know, at least they know somebody cares about them.
100%.
And that's all really anybody can ask for on this planet. So, yeah, thank you very much to the Sheraton in Novi. Thank you to NAMI for bringing us here today. We appreciate you, Sean Jordan, and everybody else. Make sure you take care of your mental health, because without that, There really isn't much else to do. You take care of that mental, baby. We will see you tomorrow. Ryan Armani will be back. I'm out.
Special guest tomorrow.
Ooh.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.